What up, what up, what up? We back. Welcome to the Sorry Shoe Podcast. It's your boy ARP. Happy Sunday. First in, we got our member and our mod, my bad, our mod. Doesn't matter whether she's a member or not because she's a moderator. So by default, she's like a triple member. I didn't want anybody to confuse the icons that you see on You Try the 215's post up here, but hit the like button on the way in. That's the first in. Those type of reminders. We need people. Hit the like button, share. I don't know about the hype. The only reason y'all don't really see me promoting the hype button is because I spoke to Quarter Lab and they told me the hype thing is only for channels at a certain subscribe count, I think. And I'm about to pass that subscribe count. So pretty soon the hype button won't even work for us or matter for us. It was like, why can't the channels that have the amount of subscribers that we have get hyped forever? I don't get it, YouTube. But thank you. You tried it. It's in the building. Shout out to everybody on the way in. Jay is here. Jay is here. Okay. All right. Y'all don't go to church on Sundays? That's okay. I never asked y'all that. What y'all be doing Sunday morning? It's just chilling. Who's working? Salute, G. Salute members on the way in. Who goes to church on Sunday mornings? I don't want to disrespect nobody. All right. Here's an even better one. Who's listening to the podcast while they're in church? Yo, if I see one comment up here that says, I be listening to the Sorry True podcast while I'm in church, I promise you I'm going to screenshot it and put it on my Instagram. Is anybody listening to the podcast while they're in church? I never asked them before. I'm Muslim Sundays at Chill J. Okay, you tried it. Got you. Okay. All right. All right. I'll leave it alone. But anyway, happy Sunday. Football Sunday. What else is going on today? No dairy tonight. Gotta wait for season 2. God knows how long that is. Stranger Things. Everybody binge watched that already, right? What else is going on entertainment wise other than games? That's probably about it. I watched the Chappelle joint. I'm caught up there. Yeah, it's just the games. It's just the games. I'm gonna be chilling mostly today too. I don't got too much going on. After this, I'm gonna do myself a nice, good, like 30-minute stretch. Don't underestimate that, people. Especially if you old like me. I haven't done a good stretch in a long time. So I'm talking about hips, legs, everything. Shoulder. I'm gonna lay down on some nice soft carpet and I'm gonna do like 30 minutes of stretching. What else am I'm still into my water fast, people. Okay. Tonight, around like 8 o'clock, something like that, I'm gonna hit my 48-hour mark. I'm gonna decide by then if I'm gonna want to have a late dinner or if I'm just gonna say, forget it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just take my ass to sleep and take it all the way into tomorrow, which will then put me into the 50s and possibly 60s, depending on how long I do it. But yeah, tonight is not gonna be tough at all to meet. I don't feel hungry right now. Like I said, I've done 24 hours. I do that weekly, OMAD, 1 meal a day. But 48, it was time for me to hit one of those. So I'm well into it. Easy cruising right now. I might even try to work out this afternoon, not because I'm worried about the energy. It's when you're fasting and you haven't eaten for a long time, or it doesn't even matter whether you're fasting or not. When you work out, your body then, your ghrelin hormone jumps up and spikes on you. So if you work out, you do physical activity or anything like that, you're going to become more hungry. The body's like, all right, feed me now. After that physical activity, feed me. So that's why I didn't work out yesterday. I was just like, it's going to make my fasting worse. I didn't even do cardio, So today, since I'm gliding into this evening, I might work out. I might get myself a nice intense workout in. And then if the last 5 hours of my fast, 6 hours of my fast ramps up like, oh, this hurts, I'm starving, it'll be easy for me to do because I'm right there. You know what I'm saying? So I see everybody in the chat. Everybody's like, who's the snitch? Yeah, the title says, did he really snitch? We're going to get there, people. We're going to get there. Any other miscellaneous stuff? I already asked y'all if y'all are in church. I told y'all about what I got going on today. I put that claw machine together yesterday. Oh, let me tell y'all this real quick. So if you was on yesterday's stream, I told y'all my boy Aaron, he bought my son one of those claw machines, right? Because we have a playroom. So as you know, it's got like a whole bunch of stuff going on that the kids have fun and whatnot. So I built it yesterday. I built it yesterday morning when I got off the stream. I put the claw machine in the corner And I'm going over like all the like little last spare pieces and everything to throw over. And it's got this little booklet. It's in like this little sticker. So I pull a little booklet out, open a little booklet. It's got a little key on it. I'm like, what is this? I don't need this. I noticed that it came with a little lock. I set that. Cool. Had a little key on it. So I open up the little book. It's got a picture on it. There's a little dial underneath the remote control where you guide the claw with a drop down from. And you look under there, there's a little dial. The first setting is easy, meaning I guess anytime you drop the bitch down, it's going to grab something. You know what I'm saying? The second one is normal. The third dial says scam. I'm not making this shit up. The third setting says scam. I was like, oh shit. Now imagine, you know, all these machines in like the arcades and Six Flags amusement parks. What do you think they're set to? It's no different than why I always gamble at, like, let's say Vegas or Atlantic City, or whatever, more so for fun. Like, yeah, I want to make my money, but and I only gamble on loaded tables, meaning not loaded as in like fixed, loaded as in crowded, I should say. I'll never get on a roulette table and I'm like the only one because it's just too. It's not fake, people. Like the shit we just saw the shit that happened with the NBA thing, right? These rigged tables and everything. What do you think Vegas is there for? To lose money? No, it's all from the shooters to the dealers to the card shufflers to the tables. There's shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So when I do roulette, I make sure it's a jam-packed table, meaning you can't avoid somebody winning. And I always try to throw my chips in late. I always wait before the chick waves or the dealer waves. I always throw my chips on late as possible. But anyway, so the damn dial on the claw machine, it got a scam. And my grimy ass is looking at it like, what should I? I set the shit to normal. Set the shit to normal. So I went to a hobby store yesterday, took the kids, picked out a bunch of stuff, loaded it up into the claw machine. You know, I put some miscellaneous stuff in there too. There's some dolls or whatever that it came with just to fill it up. I put like a piece of paper in there inside one of the bubbles that says $50, you know, stuff like that. So I filled it up. So who went first? My daughter went first. Now, knowing the stuff that I had stuff in there that I put in there, like one thing that I put in there from the hobby store cost $250. I kind of buried it hard to grab, but you can still get to it in like 2 or 3 tries. And my kids, they got a little bit of money. They save up, they get allowance, all types of stuff, right? Money from family, all types of stuff. So I said, this is how I'm going to start it. $20 grabs, 2 for 30, right? That's how I started it. It's like, all right. Like, damn, hey, you charging your kids $20 and 30 for 2 tries on the claw machine? We go to the arcade. That shit costs a dollar. Yeah, but I set mines to normal if you're paying attention. I'm not scamming, all right? I set mines to normal. So my daughter goes first. Or her first win, she gave me $20 cash, and she grabs the bubble. It's got a like a $70 gift in it for $20 that we just picked up at the hobby store. So I'm like, I just lost that. I'm just down $50 right there. Boom. So she wins. First go. My son sees her win and says, let me get the 2 for 30. I'm like, motherfucker. So he goes first. One of them that was in there was not the bubble, but I put like a box of cards, Topps Chrome NBA basketball cards. It costs like $50, right? They just came out like last month or something. He goes first. He grabs that. It works. Catches that, drops it off. Then he's like, now the reason why I really wanted to do the 2 for 30 is because the biggest joint that I have under there that's cost like $250, it's underneath the box. And he got the box on his first try. He dips down now. I'm like, yo, are they going to go 3 for 3? I'm fitting to set this shit to scam. Son, fuck this. Now I get it. Now I know what happens in the fucking arcade. This is bullshit. So he scoops down. Boop. Like, I'm mad. It dropped. But he just jumped on the floor. No! I was just like, yo. I almost lost. So I got $50, right? I got $50. I got 20 and 30. So I got 50. but I almost lost. If he would have grabbed that, that would have been 50 plus his box, another 50. That's 300 plus her like 67. I would have lost like 370. Only got back $50 in like 3 minutes, just like that. I went to the damn hobby store with them to thinking I was just filling this bitch up. Now that it's set up and everything, let me fill it up. They about to clean me out in one go. And then what happens at, let's say he hits, then anybody, yo, we got more money. But I don't got, no, I'm cutting the machine off. Reference King. The joint in casino where the machine was getting hit. And he was like, yo, did you see that it was hitting? What's the odds of that? Why you yanked the machine off the floor? I would have pulled that on my kids yesterday. I was like, nah, y'all went 3 for 3. Turn this shit off. Leave the room. If you want to keep playing, I bet you it's gonna be different. I'm gonna set that bitch to scam. It's getting too hot. Hold on, y'all. Early heat. Early heat. Early heat. But nah. So I finished that off yesterday, like I was talking about. And a little fun update for y'all. It was fun. It was fun. I lost some money yesterday, but it's all good. It happens. At least I lost it to my little ones. All right. Who's ready to have some fun? Y'all ready to walk? Y'all ready to walk a little bit? All right, let's start here. Music. Anybody else listen to this Nas and DJ Premier album yet? That's another thing that my man Aaron put me on to while he was over here. We was just talking about music and shit, and I was talking about the Max B. I was like, yo, you heard that Max B, man? I was like, I didn't even finish it. I cut it off. I didn't do the deluxe version, but I was like, I couldn't do it. I didn't like it. He's like, nah, I ain't listen to that. I was like, yeah, I gotta listen to the Nas and DJ Premier as well. It's a whole new Nas album with DJ Premier. So shame on me, ARP, for not even listening to it yet. And I call myself a hip hop head. I deserve whatever backlash for that. I admit, fake ass hip hop head for the moment. I gotta slap myself for that. But I told my homie that. He was like, man, don't even rush. I said, what? He said, yo, it's trash. I said, it can't be. It's Nas, one of our goats. It's DJ Premier, one of our goats. It's impossible. You can't have. That's like if you tell me you got LeBron in his prime and Steph in his prime on the same team, you know, they're not going to make the playoffs. What? Almost like the Chiefs this year. Like, how many people lost money betting on that before the year started? See, the Chiefs won't make the damn playoffs. What? Crazy. I felt the same thing with this. And lo and behold, y'all, sad truth. I put it on. I'm not a stuck in the past guy. You know, I'm not one of these older hip hop heads like, y'all don't know nothing about that music. Now I'll put some young boy shit on. Some stupid ABC 1, 2, 3 rapper shit on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to everything. But I'm not stuck back there. The ears of this album is stuck back. It didn't even feel 2000s. I don't even know about 90s. The majority of the vibe of this album is 80s, early to mid 90s ish. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing, but that's not Primo's strength. You know, like when we start talking about DJ Premier and some of his standout tracks that he's behind the Gangstar movement and even hits like Royce and Boom, like it's DJ Premier. RZA and DJ Premier might have my favorite verses because of their catalog, like what they have done on the production side of hip hop. So you pair him with one of the greatest rappers ever, and I have to come on the stream and say, I'm not playing it twice. I'm not playing. What you mean? Three? What you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you gonna say about this? What are you gonna say about it? There goes the link. What are you gonna say about this? But anyway, I'm telling y'all, people, like it was a letdown. Now, DJ Premier, what he has done for the game in the world of hip hop, I will never let this be a badge that sits on his jacket. Never. And Nas is out here doing casino stuff now, making all these moves past hip hop. We love it. I love what these guys are doing out here. I love the opportunities. I love all the stuff that they've been getting into. But man, this album, I'm just sorry. It just doesn't work, y'all. I'll never replay it. It's not worth a second listen.
Wow! Whoa!
3, I got you. Hold on, 3. Let me land my plane, and then I got you. People, I'm sorry, but we're not gonna act like Nas doesn't have like at least 3 of these in his catalog. Sit there, 3, and you listen to the truth. You listen to the fucking truth, young man. We not gonna act like Nas doesn't have like 3 of these. One of them might even be a double disc. Like 3, he's got the West Indian fake shit. He's got the Nostradamus was okay. But
what?
I said Nostradamus was okay.
That shit was trash.
But you're helping me make my point. Hold on, sit there, young man.
All right, man. I'm sure.
So at least you understand. And the point that I'm landing here is that this is not Nas's first time shitting the bed. It's not. And I'm just mad that it also is supposed to look like a co-venture with one of the best producers of all time, DJ Premier. This album never gets spun again. It's a letdown. It is what it is. 3, go ahead, sir.
Wow. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my man. How are you?
First of all, you were late to the party with the Nas album. I mean, your week's late, number one. Let's get
I admit that. I took that. Go with your slander right now. It's yours. I deserve it. Go.
You disgust me. I love you, but you disgust me right now. It took you weeks to even talk about this project. Where you been at, sir? Okay, number 2. Where I would agree with you is this. You said Nas dropped the ball, right? I would disagree. I think all right, so going to this project, ARP, I was more worried about Premier more than Nas, because Nas and Hit Boy, you know, the Magic 1, 2, and the King's Disease trilogy and all that stuff like that. People going crazy over that. Now, I will say this, though. Let's be honest, ARP. This album is mad late, number 1. Very late. And I would agree with you on this, and I hate agreeing with you and stuff like this. But am I a big fan of the production? No, I can't say that. But for you to act like there's no songs on here is disgusting. He got a song called Writers or Graffiti. We're from that. I mean, I don't know where you're from, but we did graffiti and everything like that. He got a song called Pause Tapes. Not the pause that these young punks will pause. No, pause tapes. You pause your tape. Next one. I come from that era. Pause tapes. Talk to me. What you gonna say, man?
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
No, man, I want to have a conversation with you.
That's all you got? That's all you got? Is that all you got? To save the Nas album, is that all you got?
I'm passing a rock back to you, sir.
You need help.
Not at all. I got a review already. That shit's up already. I don't know about a goddamn thing, sir.
All right, let me slow this down, because once again, I am one of the kings of this debate shit, and I want to keep you set. Reference King chat is keeping up. I want to keep you set on the normal dial. I don't want to put you to scam. All right, I don't want to tilt this too much. I'm gonna keep it light. Let me help you.
Go ahead, sir. Help me, sir. Help me.
You came on here almost as if you were trying to save my take on the album, and you're not doing a good job. Do you want me to give you the floor back? Tell me why it's a good album. Tell me why it's a good album.
It grew on me, RP. The more I
How many times did you play it? How many times did you play it? How many times did you play it?
All the time.
Answer the question. I didn't ask you how many times did you play it. Give me a rough estimate.
Over 10 times now.
Over 10 times?
Yeah, it's my playlist.
All right, so it had to grow on you. How many times did it take for it to grow on you?
It took a while. I'm not gonna front. It took me a while.
It took a while. So a while could be like 7 out of 10. Your 7th listen through?
Yeah, I give it like 4 mics.
Okay, so the point that I'm getting at right there is you sound like a dedicated Nas and Primo fan like me, right? And you forced your hip hop, you forced your ears, you forced the music in your soul to allow this album to get by. What fucking great album, great artist, GOAT, needs 7 fucking listens to say it's growing on me. I'm gonna give it a good listen now. It's
not
okay
the bars, it's not the lyrics, Negro. It's not the lyrics, it's Primo. It ain't Nas.
The beat. But the beat is something that hits right away. The lyrics beat is shit that you need to rewind and find. There's more to find, nigga. So you put the lyrics on me, but you needed 7 listens to let the production and the vibe and the energy of the album catch up. That shows that you are forcing that bitch.
ARP, let me ask you a question. You and I both like Joe Budden, right?
Love the guy.
Love Joe Budden. Let's act like Joe Budden rapped on the dopest beats in the world. His bars superseded the production. Would you agree with that?
Not on the mixtapes. Albums,
yes.
Albums, yes.
Same rules apply to Nas. I think for the most part, the thing on Nas is he don't pick dope beats, which I never really fully agree with though, and everything like that. But this album has grown on me a little bit though because of Nas.
I'm fine with all of that. I'm just saying that you're not. You came up here as if you were going to be opposite from my take, and it's damn near like
I didn't choose ones you're choosing though. You acting like nah, this is you said, oh, let me play this again. This is like you made it sound like this is too
I'm
much.
not, because I'm not forcing it 7 fucking times for it to grow on me. I'm not doing that. I'm not
Sir,
doing that shit.
How many times did you listen to? Because you just recently got put onto Nas. So how many times have
Put
you
on to Nas? Don't disrespect me, nigga.
No,
Don't
the album, sir. Just the album. I'm not gonna do that to you. Just the album. How many times have you played this, sir?
Once.
Hey, we can't even have a fucking conversation if you played it one time. You can't.
Go ahead, land your plane.
You got to go through the songs, the bars. You're not catching the bars and the cadence and the flows on certain things. Certain beats did grow on me. Now, I wish Nas would have worked with Pete Rock, but we know Pete Rock and Nas' relationship isn't the best. I think Pete Rock has done a better job in production over Primo within the last couple of years. I would say that. So, but it's not the bars with ARP, it's the production more than Nas' lyrics, though.
I didn't come on here before you came on here and say this nigga Nas can't rap.
That's how you sounded. That's how you came up. You came up to me like you don't want to hear this man rap.
So the thing about an album versus like an EP, or I don't even know about EP, but like a mixtape. Right. I'm a guy that my mixtape catalog far extends my albums. I enjoy mixtapes more than albums 80% of the time because
did you treat mixtapes? Did you treat mixtapes like albums like I did? Because I treat the mixtapes like albums.
I do. 100%. Trap or Die is like an album, for example. You know what I'm saying? The Soul Tape. We're gonna talk about Fab today too. Those are albums to me, but they give the artist that distance from the record label. They have more freedom. They can hop on other people's beats. They don't have to find a commercial hit for the record label to drop them or this type of shit. So mixtapes for me, Mood Music is a fucking album to me. Go argue with your mother for anybody that disagrees. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit as far as what he's forced to do commercially. That's why the listeners like me say Joe Budden is one of the best, if not the of all time, because of what he was able to do outside of the machine, even though he had a fucking album called Rage in the Machine, but on his mixtape type of shit, okay? So here's the thing about an album. The thing about an album, especially somebody at the caliber of a Nas, you sit down and you go through that process, and it's not even like it's just you working with all these different production outlets. It's you and Primo. Lock the fuck in. So the moment you tell me the production is trash or bad on the whole album, right? And this is the caliber of where we got to hold these two people. I'm sorry. I understand when you can have like a Jay-Z at a magazine saying, you can't listen to my shit once. I understand what he's trying to say. He's talking about his fucking lyrics. 3, he's talking about the raps. He's talking about the rhymes, the messages. I get it. The hidden jewels and shit. The production, though, in an album, not a mixtape, an album is half of the fucking war. This is why Cannabis, who was one of the best lyricists back then of all time, fell on his face. Thanks. So when you put Primo there and it's billed and it's promoted as Primo and fucking Nas, I only have to listen to that bitch once unless I come up here and I have a complaint about the lyrics, which I don't. Half of the war is lost because I don't even want to hear it sonically. So I'm not playing it 7 times.
Where you been in the last couple of years? Sir, where you been in the last couple of years? Because it just seemed like you just got on this. Primo hasn't done good production as of late. That's been the running story for a couple of years now, sir. I mean, the ransom. Go ahead.
But my bad for cutting in.
No,
because I thought you was asking a question. I just didn't want it to be rhetorical. The problem with that, though, is none of us said that or accepted that or was acting like that when it started to get promoted. Nobody saw Nas and Primo and said, yo, Primo ain't been on his game, man.
Oh, you're bugging.
That was a campaign? Where was that campaign?
Another school of bugging, because I did shows with my guy Watson talking about I got concerns with Premier going into this project because of production he's done prior for Conway, for Busta Rhymes, and a couple other people. I'm like, Primo, that's not really the sound. Now, here's my thing. People have been saying, and people I did a show with, they're saying some of the production gives them Gangstar vibes. Did you get that on the first listen?
A little bit. Which is why I said 80s through like mid 90s ish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Primo can't just live there, but that's also Nas's fault as well. At the end of the day, we're gonna say Primo and Nas, but it's still a Nas album. Okay,
Right.
when you go into the stores and when you go on, I said stores, when you go online and you
Right.
find a category for that shit, there
Mhm.
is no DJs. It's a fucking Nas hip hop album release. Okay. And at the end of the fucking day, when I fucking listen to this shit, I can't just live in the mid 90s to the early 90s for this
I'm
shit.
with you. I'm with
And
you. I'm with you.
if you're Nas, you also have to be smart enough to know that I'm coming out into a new era. Everybody must grow through the eras. Everybody, all the greats. Everybody must adjust. Everybody
But
must
listen,
adapt. All
I'm
be
gonna
left
touch your wisdom.
behind.
I'm gonna touch your wisdom. But to go back to the just word you said, because you used the word adjust, right? And I'm not trying to speak for you, but you made it sound like either Nas has not adjusted or Primo hasn't adjusted. And I think Nas has
Both,
adjusted by
both,
working with Hit
both,
Boy. No, but hold
both,
on. But
both.
Nas working with Hit Boy though. But Nas has adjusted his sound sonically to the word you used a second ago. I
That
thought
that that's
sonically got better with Hit Boy with Nas.
that's cool, but you don't let Nas off the hook because once again, this is a Nas album.
He picked the beats. He picked the beats, ARP. I'm with you. He picked the beats.
Exactly. That's my point.
The beats.
That's
All
that,
right.
that's why I can't just blame Primo. Nas, you was in there with your studio is going like this. That's the one. Give me that. I'ma write to this. Give me that track. Put this one aside. I like this one. That's my favorite. That's the lead single. That's gonna round off the album. You did that. You chose this shit. You put this project out, and that's why I said before I started ranting with you, this
Mhm.
is not his only shit the bed album. He's got a bunch of them, so he's not getting off the fucking hook.
This
He's
is not
not.
Nostradamus. This is Nostradamus or the nigga album
It's
or
worse. Well,
Cycle.
I don't remember how bad
Cycle
the
or some
nigga
shit like
album
that.
was. I don't remember how bad the nigga album was. I don't remember
The
how
nigga
bad it
album
was.
wasn't
But
that great though.
it
I
was
know
whack
that.
though. This is my point. He
All
might
right.
got 4 of them bitches. He might got at least 4 of them bitches, including this. He might got 5 of them bitches.
All right. I
Where
would
he
say
just
this. I felt Primo and Nas dropped the ball on New York State of Mind Part 3 because when you got 1 and 2, as
You're
legendary
not
as
even
those
supposed
two
to use
are.
the fucking name if you ain't gonna hold up the standard 3. How about this, man?
All right.
Because I'm gonna get back to my fucking stream, you
Yes, sir.
bastard.
I'm gonna go with that.
I just want to ask you this question, my nigga.
Yes, my brother. Yes, sir.
If you have 2 goats,
Mhm.
are you supposed to need 7 fucking listens?
Yeah, nay. Yeah, nay. No, you're not supposed to. But because the pressure that we put on Nas and Premiere, I think there was a lot of pressure going to this project. And if they didn't come out with a home run swing, we're gonna nitpick. And you're right. But it has grown. It has grown on me though, ARP. Yes. I love Jay-Z, but I don't like every Jay-Z album. Magna Carta was trash. That shit
Me
didn't grow on
either.
me at all.
I don't think it was
Stop throwing
trash,
water. No,
but it
it
wasn't.
was
It
horrible. It
wasn't.
was
It
horrible. It was
wasn't.
horrible. It was horrible.
Okay, you know what? I don't need to get into the J album
My
debate
bad.
because that one's
Mistake,
not
guys.
a great. But here's the thing, man.
But you didn't get to feel everything ARP of one listen though. You didn't get to feel certain songs and the lyrics going in your head when he's doing pause tapes and doing. I mean, you didn't really get to get that feel though, brother. Respectfully.
Yo, here's one thing that you know what? I'm gonna be nice.
All
I'm
right.
even gonna, I'm even going to give this credit to you as well.
All right.
Even though I
What
don't know
about
if you
Bouquet to the ladies? You like Bouquet to the ladies? You and I love female hip
even
hop. He's
yo,
shouting all the ladies.
I get it. 3, you're over there googling the track list, and now you're.
Oh,
I
look
get it.
at the
I get it.
song I'm talking to. Yes. Yes. Track listing. Track listing. Yes.
I called them. I called it.
I'm supposed to do that, sir. I'm supposed to do that.
I know, but you're in the middle of a debate trying to sell me like it's
Shine Together is a Shine
and
Together is a
20
fire
minutes
song.
in, you bring up another song because you got the track list hidden on
Let
the
me
side
tell
of the
you.
screen, you
Listen.
bastard.
Let me tell you. Listen. Let me tell you something. Hold on. Don't do that. I guarantee you. You tell me this. When you go back and listen to Nas, the second half of Light Years is good. The second half of it is very good. When you start going into Sons, he got a song called Sons. He did Daughters. He got Sons. But when you go from Pause Tape, Rioters, Sons, It's Time, Nasty
Hey,
Esco, Nas is my favorite
next
song.
time,
By far.
next time I'm on your platform or you up here and you debating with me, don't put no teleprompter on the side for me. All right, I don't want no teleprompters. We gotta do this
You,
off.
you need one. You need one. You told me Ghostface Killer album was the best.
I didn't look over. I'm not like this on the side while I'm arguing.
Sir,
ARB,
I
like,
gotta have my shit up.
you didn't like the song Roses?
I
You didn't like the
gotta
song
operate.
Roses?
I'm talking to you. I gotta make sure I'm on point. I'm talking to you, sir. I gotta make sure I'm on point.
All right, but
Right?
I didn't want to. I didn't want to let you get out of here before I land that other point.
Yes, sir.
When I was saying some credit that I'll give you as well,
All
even
right.
though I'm not sure if you deserve it.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is, we have done this for so fucking long. We have the ear.
Yes.
We have that ear.
Yes, sir.
I mean, sometimes our ear is a little biased, and that's cool.
Yes.
for
Yes.
certain rappers and certain,
Agreed.
Moments, right?
Mhm.
But I can put on a song and from the intro before the rapping starts, you could catch a vibe. Like,
Okay.
ooh,
Okay.
the beat could drop in a certain pocket and I could say, ooh,
Facts. Agree. Agree.
I'm a
Agree.
guy, my ears go into the layers of the production, the ad libs, the
I'm with you.
doubles of
I'm with
the
you right now.
artist,
I'm
the
with you.
doubles of them, you know what I'm saying? How good they are doubling their
Yes.
lyric, everything. I go into all of that, the looping, I hear the exact all of this type of shit. I
Right.
really sit in that so my point is, if I'm going to give Nas the credit that he deserves as one of our GOATs, our all-time greats, me personally, if I need to listen to it 7 out of 10 times before it starts to catch on for me, that to me is an over bias, and I'm forcing
Okay.
myself to
Okay.
give it way more opportunity than my ears are trained to do within the realm of hip hop, because I got new shit that could come out. I need one listen, maybe two. And I'm not trying to say that things don't get better with more
Yes. I'm
listens,
glad. I'm
but
glad you said that. I'm glad you said that part. I'm glad you said
yes,
that.
things could get better with more listens. But my point is, it needs to at least start off good. I'm not saying it got to start off 10.
Okay.
Start off at a 7.
Would
It's
you agree?
9.
Would you agree the
Start off
first
at a
couple of
7.
Would you agree the first couple of songs turned you off and you tune Nas out, Nas and Primo out?
No,
And that
no, no, no,
okay.
no,
I'm just
no,
asking.
no,
All
no,
right.
no, no,
All right.
no, no. That's not what happened to me. Because I've listened to many albums where it starts slow, the mid is strong, it's strong all the way through. It's I don't like to miss things. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? I can't stop spinning the Everyday's June 30th I'll Be Out joint, right? His last project that he dropped. It's like 20 tracks. Like the 17th is maybe the toughest one. The shit where he uses like a remake of the Quiet Storm beat. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Like, and there's a bunch of stuff in between that's like all pain music, where it's like dedication to his brother and all that. And there's a bunch of that I'm just like okay on, you know, but that don't make me drop out. I'm like, my ears is turned off. I'm not that type of listener, B. And it's Nas. I'm going from beginning all the way to the end, and I'm not missing shit. And when I'm done with that album, I say, you and Primo shit the bed. And even if I was gonna give it 7 listens to let it grow, it can't be Primo and Nas. It's got to be somebody else. That somebody telling me like, yo, this new guy named Ali Vegas. I used him for a reason if you're keeping up. This
The
new
Ali
guy.
Vegas Nas, I get it. It sound like Nas.
Yeah,
We get it, man.
yeah.
Who's talking
Yeah, I'm
to?
fast
But
like that.
continue. Get your
Yeah,
shit off.
I'm fast like that.
Get your shit off. Get your shit off. Get your shit off, Vegas.
This new guy. 3 calls me and says, yo, this new guy Ali Vegas is dope. Yo, give him a chance. Maybe I give him 3 or 4 listens. If the person I'm listening to is that credible.
Right.
The world already knows that Nas is Mount Rushmore type.
He is. He
What the
is.
fuck am I doing on my 7th listen talking about where's the jewels, where's the production, where's the good shit? There it is. I finally found it. I ain't fucking treasure hunting with a Nas and Primo album. I'm not.
So, be fair now. When you first came on, you sounded like you had issues with Nas and Premier. Now it sounds like you have issues with just Primo only, correct? Not Nas.
So let me add. So let me
All right.
clarify that. Let me
Yes,
clarify
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
The reason why, if you would you listen to earlier, I said I'm not letting Nas off the hook because
Mhm.
it's his album and
Right.
he's in that studio picking the beats to rap over. And I
Facts.
said every rapper needs to evolve along with the times. If I put Busta Rhymes on a new album today, he's gonna be conformative on some of these tracks to 2026. Nas didn't do that on damn near one track, the whole album. I'm not
Whoa,
alleviating
slow
him.
down, slow down.
I'm
What you
talking
mean
about
that one track?
I'm talking about from his production alignment standpoint. I never once and never will say anything about his rapping on this album. I have yet to say that, sir.
You
And I
got the
won't
way
say that.
Nasty Nasir Esco, man. That song goes, man. I'm sorry. That shit goes. Only song I really don't like is Get Ready. Hate that song.
I'm not gonna leave this debate saying that there's not a single decent or good track on the album. Because I only listened to it once, I didn't start to pick out this one is one that at least you can get by with. No, I'm saying collectively as an album, you want me to rate the album, especially being that it's Nas, especially being that it's Primo, especially being that this man has certified timeless hip hop all-time top 10 classics under his belt. When I look at the caliber of expectations that we should all have for this situation, it does not come anywhere close to up to par. I'm good. I'm not replaying it. I'm putting it in the same fucking category.
That's crazy. What do you mean you're not playing it again? One listen, that's it. You're not gonna play Nas again? You're not gonna spend the
I got a lot of things that I enjoy sonically. I do not need to waste my time replaying and forcing this shit again. I'm good. If I want some Nas, I'll go to something else.
You listen to it one time and that's just it. That's it. One listen, you turn.
That's how bad it sounded. That's how bad that bitch sounded. One listen is all you get from me, buddy. I'm not listen. I'm not going in the theater again. I'm sorry. I already watched the movie. It wasn't good. I'm not walking back.
What about creating songs like writers? We talking about graffiti artists and tagging and shit like that.
Motherfucker is still on the side. Get out of here, 3.
Bye, man. I'm not on this guy. I love you, man.
I love you, Jay. It's still on your fucking track list over there. He did it again. He did it again. I told you stop doing that. And he goes back to the track list again. He did it every 20 minutes. He goes back to the cell phone. Shout out to 3, man. My nigga. Okay. We just totally turned the fucking warm-up, me giving y'all some feedback musically of what's going on with that shit, to 30 minutes. All right, so we're gonna be here for a while, people. Okay, are you guys entertained? You guys entertained? We're gonna be here for a while. Let me let my blood pressure come back down now. It's got me up here screaming on a Sunday morning, 8:30 in the morning. The fuck? All right, let's go. Let's get into battle rap. And my second battle rap topic might be interesting for y'all. But let's play this. I see King of the Dot with an announcement, huh?
Some said I wasn't gonna show up, but that's what the talking's about. I am here. Applying fear like a 4-4 or a hawk in your mouth when somebody forces you to withdraw an amount more than a mortgage and house out of your storage accounts. I am fear, like walking towards that last zombie corpse on the ground after you used all of your rounds and you're not talking. They found the hand off the dog and the paw was the blues clue. I need a mental check. My skull got a loose screw. My squad to just cruise through. Your mama gonna lose you. Now she had a funeral because the dog didn't pull through. Not only is your men in black, but the dog in a suit too.
Why did he have to call him a white bitch at the end, though? What the fuck, Tay-Rock? You lost this battle, though. I like the announcement. I really, really do. Shotty Horror versus Tay-Rock. A lot of people seen it coming. K-Shine is definitely one. A lot of people were thinking that this was going to pop up on URL. I don't know if there's any collaborations going on behind this battle right now, but as of what I know, King of the Dot with a big announcement coming back outside. Tay-Rock versus Shotty Horror. I'm not going to do any early predictions. I don't know the location of this yet. Did it say on the trailer or anything like that? Let's say World Domination. World Dom. They do it a lot in Toronto, right? Oh, it's in Toronto. Okay, it is in Toronto. Oh, so Shotty Horror in Toronto. Let's take these time limits up. Not like the Sean, what Shotty Horror was saying in the Sean battle. Let's take these time limits up. Obviously, Tay-Rock could rap for a long time. You see what he did in the Big K battle to the point where people thought he was cheating. All right, let's take these time limits up. Let's let Shotty Horror get his space to fully box around. This is a neutral playing ground. I feel like to a degree, Tay-Rock gets a lot of love on King of the Dot. Okay, and I bet you there's going to be a bunch of what you guys would call URL battle rappers on this card as well. Okay. I'm pretty sure. So Tay Rock is going to feel comfortable with the other people that's there. They're also going to have their fans in the building. It's going to feel like a neutral playing ground. It really is. It really is. So I don't want to do any early predictions on this. I just want to say it's a very, very dope announcement, and we'll watch the rest of the rollout. We will watch. We will watch. We will watch. Tay Rock versus Shotty Horror, man. Mean. All right. Next topic. Jay Mills, come on back to the front of the stage, sir. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Jay. Jay with a clip that she added me on, keep me in the loop, love. And shout out to everybody that keeps me in the loop, especially when y'all send me links or clips is even better. Like a clip that I could just play right there on the Twitter timeline. Like, oh, what's this? Hold on. This is what we need to talk about on tomorrow's stream. Bet. I really appreciate y'all. So Jay says, check out at Jay Mills' latest video of what hurt battle rap the most, unprofessionalism. He gives an example of a moment where he was unprofessional, arguing with league owners and learning from it at ITSARP. So we're going to play this together.
I needed to get this off.
I did watch it already, but let's check it out together.
I needed to get this off my chest, right? Us as battle rappers got to start taking some accountability too. Now, I may not have missed a bunch of flights and choked and messed up on a bunch of pay-per-views and did all that. But I did go back and forth with league owners publicly. I went back and forth with Smack publicly. I went back and forth with ARP publicly. Should I have gone back and forth with ARP and Smack publicly?
No. No.
I had their phone numbers. I needed to get this off my chest, right?
Oh, that's the end of the clip?
Us as battle rappers got to start taking some accountability.
That is the end of the clip. Okay. So Jay Mills alley-ooped me right there. He and I's topic, you know. I never spoke on it from my side or my perspective until right now. So I'm going to give you guys that story from my perspective of the ARP and the Jay Mills fallout. Okay. Before I do that, I want to say this is now the second time I'm able to see some Jay Mills content, and I'm able to, you know, respond with a high level of respect and appreciation. You know, the video that he did, because he's doing a series. His series is what hurt battle rap the most. And the first part was ARP and Smack, right? And it was well put together. His perspectives, his opinions were very solid, very, very good, very logical. And I just respected, you know, the things he said about myself, the things he said about RBE, and his opinion on overall that history within battle rap. I really appreciated and respected it. And it let me put my sword down towards the guy. You know what I'm saying? Put my shield down, my sword down towards the guy. Like, cause I spoke about this on the last stream. So once again, shout out to Jay Mills. And I appreciate what you're doing. I really, really do. Much respect. And here again, even the accountability piece of this, because none of us are perfect, man. You know, if I wanted to go Super Saiyan humility right now, I would say, you know what? I probably was a part of our problem too. But I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna leave it all on you, nigga. Nah, but real talk, man. Accountability is something that we don't really take a lot in the culture. There's times where I didn't take accountability. There's times where I probably could have taken more accountability in a particular situations. There's a lot of times where I ain't deserve none of the fucking accountability. And I'm like, it is what it is. And accountability, only if you guys knew how much it crushes a lot of business and a lot of battle rap and a lot of, you know, some of your favorite league owners. Like, you just watch what they say. They don't got no accountability for nothing. You know, some battle rappers, no matter what's going on, it could be a million situations, no accountability for any of it. Some bloggers, no accountability for nothing that they say or they do. You know, it's part of battle rap. We have a very toxic environment. But make sure y'all go over to Jay Mills' channel and check out this whole series that he's doing. I think it's a smart series to approach, being that he was there as one of the pioneers. He was a part of being a fan from the outside looking in while he's on tour and shit, I guess, during some of the mid years building and all that. And here he is in this current era back on the scene, whether on beat or off beat. He has battles last year, regular traditional battles. And then on beat, one of the biggest battles of the year with him, DNA and Goods. You know what I'm saying? So he knows the culture. He is the culture. So go check out this series. I have high expectations for every episode that he rolls out because he knows the culture. Okay. But let me tell y'all now, for the first time, why I think Jay Mills and I had problems. It's not really a thing, but I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying to be humble. So if you guys remember, let me walk you down a little bit of the history first, obviously. We do the Murder Mook and the Aver battle in 2018. In 2019, I said, it's up and it's stuck. I did 2019 damn near like I did my retirement year, 2023, or Blue Room. 2019, I said, it's up and it's stuck. We did the Averb and the Mook, and I said, I got to keep my foot on the gas with momentum like this. I got to. And that's where you see battles like the Hollow and Math. That's where you see battles like Hitman and Bill Collector. That's where you see battles like K-Shine versus Jay Mills. Okay. RBE always being this take a risk, platform. I want to bring back King Los and nobody know what's going to happen. I want to bring back 40 Cal and people to see, like, is he going to sound still like the Fight Club? I want to bring Jag to the stage and say, like, okay, we heard him on Angry Fan Radio or heard him on Beat, traditional rap. Let's see what you got. You announcing versus Math. Okay, we're going to see. I love doing that. I want to bring Mook back after 4.5 years. And the list continues of the type of shit that we've done like that. I like doing that shit. And with Jay Mills, it was no different. It was just like, and for Mook and then Jay Mills, it just made so much sense, right? Because of their epic battle, right? Some of the first battle that many of us ever watched, Jay Mills versus Mook. So here we are bringing Mook back, and then next here we are bringing Jay Mills back. And you don't waste the return like that. Fuck a warm up. Respect him as a pioneer. Give him a killer. Respect the moment. Bring in a killer. Respect the business. Bring in a big name. All of this. And that's why I was able to even cut him the check that I cut him, which was a very nice battle rap check. You don't see the type of checks that Jay Mills got for the Shine battle too often. So shout out to the whole situation, all parties involved in that and what we created. So you have that moment. Let me take my headphones off for a second. You have that moment. Even Jay Mills at this point talks in a way where he accepts, the outcome of that K-Shine battle. Like he says it like with humility now. Like I had to learn, blah, blah, blah. Same way other people got to learn how to lose. You know what I'm saying? You see him say that. So K-Shine kicks Jay Mills' ass, respectfully. And when you take a L like that with that type of anticipation for return, it's compounded. It's not like somebody actively in the field, like let's say a Geechee, and then Geechee loses horrifically to Mook. It's okay. Geechee could come back and his fan base and his activity and how much he's been in front of the culture right back, and a promotion will work like this for him. No problem. But Jay Mills has been off the scene, with nobody knowing his capabilities. That's the difference. It's like, no, Geechee, even though you ask about Mook, we know your capabilities. We don't know his capabilities. Then you see him, and then you're ready to say, go back to where you came from. That's the culture's reaction. Here goes ARP and Jay Mills fielding this after the battle. And I found a way creatively to put him in a very good promotion where we would be able to dumb down some of that backlash off of, let him go back to that type of vibe, right? I create this concept called closure, where you get Hitman and Bill Collector, where you get Math and Clips, where You get Bonnie and QB, O-Red, J Murder, and also you get battles like J Mills versus Ines, closing it out, doing it 3 rounds, doing it traditional, doing it on stage, letting it be universally judged, coming off of all this shit from the Making the Band and all of that movement with Diddy and all that type of shit. That's the promo. That's the angle. That's the sell. That's the overshadowing there. That's the creativity there. That's the marketing. Okay. And I always use the story of people like Vada Fly, one of the biggest bloggers on the scene, who puts a video up. Oh, Jay Mills is announced. Don't hit me right, blah, blah. And I'll call him personally behind the scenes. Yo, give him a chance. Give him a chance. Yo, AR, you lucky I fuck with you. Thank you, Vada. Let me get off the phone. And I'm fielding. And I don't know if Jay Mills knows that, but Vada will attest to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is me going past. It's not the way my reputation is. It's like past battle rap, my vibe that I give to people. Like a lot of people tell you, like, give a shit more than I should sometimes. You know what I mean? But anyway, I look at that situation as like, yo, we helping each other more than what is common out there. Fast forward, I get into the Straight to It year. The Straight to It year was the year after Max Out 1 and Max Out 2 was back to back. All right. I did like Max Out 1, Max Out 2, and then I might have did Lift It Soul Reloaded that had the Big K and Charlie clips. I think that's the order that I did. But when I got into the Straight to It year, which is when people are saying like, oh, he fell off and all this, I'm just like, nah, I'm trying something different. The Straight to It year was all YouTube battles. A lot of them 2-minute rounds because I'm not paying to make up for a door, a VOD, or a pay-per-view. So where some people is making $6,000, they might be getting offered $2,000 or $2,500, and there's no guns to nobody's heads. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. On the flip side, ain't nobody tucking nothing. Ain't no secret deal with no third party. This is ARP in his own pocket saying, I'm not selling no tickets at the door. I'm not selling no pay-per-view or VOD. I'm just going to shoot this fucking footage. Will ruin your day. I'm going to put it on the channel. I'm going to pay you a couple racks for it for 2-minute rounds. Right? Jay Mills was brought into that fold as well, strongly. And he was standing in front of some pretty good opponents. Big K is one of the opponents. Big K versus Jay Mills is on the channel right now. Go check it out. Very entertaining battle. That's where I was able to see Jay Mills is coming off much better to the fans in smaller rooms, smaller controlled environments. And you started seeing the bloggers' reactions like, yo, he's figuring it out. He's figuring it out. This is all off of matchmaking, environment, the gumbo pot that's being stirred. Of course, I can't write the bars. I'll never take all the credit. There's 3 sides to the equation. I always say that shit. But that nigga ARP is a big factor of a lot of this shit and how it's going. I'm able to even have incredible performances from people that don't do well on stages. Bringing people back like Moneybags, Bones Brigante, K Walker has, to me, one of my favorite K Walker performances of all time is in that room, that Straight to It room. And we're going off. 40 Cal's best performance possibly is in that room, in that Straight to It type of setting, smaller type of situation. So we're doing our thing. Now we get to one of Jay Mills's battles, right? His battle. No, actually, let me stop. Let me get to one of Straight to It battles. Let me get to Reed Dollars versus Big K. Okay. Y'all know I build shit up. I got y'all. It's all battle rappers in the room. That's what that was the crowd, because these were the cards where it was like 18 battles. So if you got 18 battles, all those battlers on a card, plus they bring a little entourage with them, or 1 or 2 they homies with them, whatever. That's the crowd. 1 or 2 other special invites. Other than that, go look at the flyers. The flyers don't have an address on them. No, it was not a public event. Okay. People was finding out the fucking address. People like Anwar hit me up like, yo, Twerk want to pull up. Yo, can we get the address and shit? I'm like, yeah, it's all good. Sir, yeah, give Sir the address. Tell him, come on, pull up. Y'all see the footage of all this shit, right? that's the setting of these battles. But when you get to Reed and Big K, this was a part of Big K's round.
Had your ass motherfucking 6 flat. Kick back off the impact. What else I said, man? You want to look at my phone? You want to look? Yeah, I'm gonna look at my motherfucking phone. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about that shit.
Somebody, homie from Philly ad-libbing in the background is crazy.
I said squeeze llamas, get clapped. What else I said off this shit? Hey man, I don't give a fuck. I told you I was coming later, man. It's all good, bro. I said squeeze llamas, get claps. I'll push your wig back, make them buckle under the jaw from a chin strap. If we
So point being, Big K ain't the only one. You had some battles for this YouTube only type of thing that was not as prepped as it should have been, especially for an RBE battle, but it happens. I don't have a perfect resume, people. K wasn't the only one. Hell, from the same battle, you also had Reed.
everything I spit be crap. That was a coat line. Damn, you yes.
Hey, y'all trying to go viral?
Dog strikes again.
It's a viral
The
moment.
dog strikes again.
I was there right here.
Come on, all right, let's get it.
I was there right here. Y'all trying to go viral.
That nigga Gwitty hopped off the stage and stepped down and said, "I'ma stand right here. Y'all about to go viral." Shout out to Gwitty, yo. That is hilarious that you did that. He basically is like, 2 phones coming out in the same battle. We going viral. Let me step down in front of the camera. Gwitty is crazy. Yo, the Straight to It series was so popular. The way we was doing it and rolling it out, battle after battle after battle, smashing on YouTube. Even Gwitty he had a jump in his profile. And his ad libs in the Straight to It series, I was putting him there on purpose. Like I want his ad libs in the background. Like it's becoming an entertainment thing. And you could see that time frame. I bet you it goes aligns with that Surf interview I played the other day, time-wise, when you see Surf like, what's ARP gonna do? Book Gwitty? He's taking a shot at Gwitty because this year, Gwitty's profile is up. You know what I'm saying? Gwitty's like pretty much like an RBE guy. Like shout out to Gwitty, man. That is hilarious. I'm gonna get to these supers in a second. I got y'all. But now, let's go to the third example. So you saw in those previous battles that I put up, right? You saw J Mill standing on stage in the background, same red hoodie. So this is his battle, same event, same Straight to It series, battling J Murder.
Atlanta. Look. Oh, don't do the Big K. Take a picture of you, sweetheart. Nah, you and your notes. Don't do the Big K. It's your turn, girl.
What?
You and your notes. That shit different for this era, huh?
That's it. That's the last piece. Okay. So after that, we get to the next card that I start to build. I don't know if it was a Straight to It card or a different card. And me and Mills is on the phone. And Mills is pretty much like, yo, I'm on the next card, right? And I'm paraphrasing people. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. But pretty much it's like, I'm on the next card. And my response to it was pretty much like, yeah, I got you, but not this one. Like we wait another card or two or something like that. We weren't aligned for the next card, period, okay? And he felt the way. And we either got out of the text thread at that point or off the phone, one or the other. Couple hours, I remember this shit because I was always waiting for like Jay Mills, like if he's gonna tell an inaccurate story. He never did, but I was always waiting with this. Y'all think I be sitting on so many screenshots and receipts and shit. I'm like, yo, if this nigga diss me, boy. But so a little bit of time went by after that, and he hits me again. I think this is definitely in text. Hits me again, and he's like, yo, question. Is J Murder, Big K, or Reed on the next card? And I probably answered to him, yeah. Like a nigga like Big K be on like every card I do, right? And Murder is to me a RBE guy as well. Okay, now quick news flash for the people in the back. Big K is my second card ever. He's on my second card ever. And he rolled out for RBE, and I rolled out for him ever since. J Murder ever since he battled Mr. Mills in the validation card in like our first or second year, whatever, he's been a guy that I grabbed a lot too. Like he's like an RBE guy to me. Or you know what I'm saying? Like his daylight battle, that's one of his highest view battles ever. You know, he's got so much work. His early battle versus Rosenberg, and obviously later on cards with Jay Mills battling people like O-Red. He battled Flaws. He battled so many people on RBE. Jay Murder's one of my guys, one of my go-to guys. You know what I'm saying? So Jay Mills asking that, and me being like, yeah, because I don't want to be no bitch and be like, nah, they ain't on the card. And then the flyer pops up and it's like, oh, you bitch ass nigga, you lied. What am I lie for? You know, so when I told him like, yeah, he ain't like that. He ain't like that. And then when I started rolling out the card and the flyers dropped, that's when Mills snapped on me on Twitter. That's when Mills snapped on me on Twitter. You know, it's all there. It's all there. You know, Mills is pretty much like, once again, I don't want to over paraphrase, but it's like the position was like you booking these niggas that be choking and pulling out their phones. This is what's fucked up with battle rap. This is like the favoritism of battle rap. This is where these leagues be fucking up battle rap. It was that type of his position that he was taking. You know, like how am I not on the next card? But these niggas that is pulling out their phones and you paying them on your next card. They didn't respect the platform. They didn't respect you. They didn't respect the business. They didn't respect the culture. I understand that position. I do. But at the same token, I just think that when Mills came out like that publicly, he doesn't understand the position of not only were you semi there, when here goes this ARP bringing somebody back, and this is why I did the whole lead-in, people, with the K-Shine segment that I did. Not only were you there, where ARP, whether you knew it or not, is behind the scenes patching this up and trying to find creative ways to push you, even though you're coming off of something that the fans don't agree with. Not only did I do that for you, but I also have more history with them than I have with you. There's interviews on the Breakdown Cruise podcast with Winged, for example, old interviews after Big K choked in his battle versus Iron Solomon. This was the Rare Breeds card. One of my biggest cards ever. This is when we brought back King Los and we brought back Mook and did the Verb. All of that is that card. Pat Stay versus Danny Myers is on there. And it's that card. The shutdown half of the year card, right? Big K has one of his worst performances on that card versus Iron Solomon. He had some personal stuff going on, but he still did the best he could versus Iron Solomon. Immediately after that card, I'm on interviews. It's documented. Wayne's like, so I get, what are we doing with Big K? And I'm there saying, we're going to figure out his next battle. That's what I was saying. Because I understand when somebody really goes all out for me or goes all out for RBE or has given me a bunch of great or classic performances. And then there is that time where you drop down. And I don't just turn my back and say, oh, that one time when you said no, or that one time where you fucked up, here goes ARP, business first. I didn't treat people like that. I didn't treat people like that. And I didn't even treat Mills like that. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was out of line from my perspective. But despite it being out of line, the kicker that took it where I was just like, yeah, there's no need for me and him to communicate ever again. Right? Was, and I don't feel that way now, but the kicker was he turned it into an RBE URL thing. And I have a better reputation about how I deal with people than those guys. I do. Generally in the culture. Behind the scenes, I know that they will argue that it's all good. Right? But I have a better reputation of my dealings with people than they do. All right. And Mills started to tweet things like, you know what, it's all good. I don't need that RBE. I'm going upstairs now. And URL also has a reputation of booking things tactically. I just did the stream the other day with like the Diz booking versus Real Sick, this anti-easy and RBE moment, or how Shine is on 3 Letterman right now, anticipating what actually is coming to. You see Shadi online right now saying, since I'm the face of URL now, right? Sean is looking at that like, you see, I knew it. Now they can have a genuine relationship out of nowhere now, but how does that look for Sean? You know? So I'm just saying there be these things that URL does, and they take advantage of moments to market. And I'm able to look at it and say, oh, yeah, you're gonna end up over there. That's cool. But the guy that took the extra step, not just capitalizing on a controversial moment or capitalizing on a win or whatever, which is what Sean is saying that he believes what happened with Shadi. Nobody wanted to see him. The moment he has a great performance, you capitalize. And capitalizing is a smart thing, but it's the reality that we all need to see. And I felt like Jay Mills, the guy that was more interpersonal, honorable, and respectful towards how you came back, I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve, because those guys will dangle a carrot and make you feel like, hey, come on home to us. They do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? That was when me and Goods wasn't talking for a little bit. I felt like it was that. You know, it happened a million times, and it's cool. And I'll still say the word allegedly in case somebody has a problem. You know, I'll still say the word allegedly. But you know, I just felt like, damn, it was like this guy went out of his way. I don't know if you know it or not. And you brought what you brought to the table as well. Shout out to you. Had some good performances in the Straight to It series. And we also made some good money together on the Shine thing behind the scenes, business-wise. Closure was a success. Had Hitman Bill Collect as one of my biggest streams. You know, so you doing your part as well. But how you turn this into a URL diss? Them niggas don't fuck with you the way I fuck with you. So I was like, all right, now go learn the difference between me and them. That was like my position. You know, that's like how I felt. Go work with them and see the difference between me and them now. You know? But that's just my perspective. I never told that full story. But like I said, seeing, you know, that joint from Mill's recent blog, and everybody go check it out. It kind of alley-ooped me, since he said he had something to get off his chest. You alley-ooped me to get that off my chest finally. So now you done got that off your chest. I done got my shit off my chest. Now that should be the last piece now of any of our, you know, past history of the negative. And now we can only look at all the positive that we've done. You know what I'm saying? So once again, shout out to Mills. All right. There y'all go. I gave y'all a real nice battle rap piece in today's stream, huh? Horrible transition incoming in 3, 2, 1. Let's go to sports. Let's go to sports. Let's get into Sorry It's True. We still haven't gotten to the title yet. Did he really snitch? We haven't gotten to the title yet. All right. But sports first. DK, man. I saw it. I didn't know it was going to turn into a topic for me. Now that I see the press conference of the actual fan and Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco coming into the story as well, now it's a topic for me as far as Sorry It's True wise. For those that don't know, this is DK Metcalf. And look what happens between him and a Lions fan on the side. Come here. Reason why I want to play it a second time is because I feel like that angle does clean up for me people that saying that he threw a punch. That's not a Ayukin to me. That's not a fucking a Street Fighter uppercut to me. He grabbed him and he forcefully threw him back. That wasn't a punch to me. You know what I'm saying? Just to clear it up. That's why I like this angle of it. Come here. Yo, bitch ass up. No bitch ass mouth now. You got a problem? Jump your ass down here. My back is turned, bitch. You know somebody don't respect you when they are in a physical altercation with you and they do things like sit down or they turn their back. That's why I say still sitting down in that press conference after doing that shit with dude baby mother is Rel, go retire. Anyway, respectfully. But this is what was said on the Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco podcast after that. This could be controversial. I don't know. We'll see.
Now, I'm not condoning DK touching the fan. You can't touch the fans. But based on what I was told from a reliable source who wears number 4, that's what it was. He called me out, and he called me the N-word. He called my, the C word. But I ain't going with that. Now, I'm not condoning DK touching the fan. You can't touch the fans. But
all right. Said he was called the N-word, said his wife was called the C word. And very, very clear. I'll still say allegedly. Very clear, alluding to the information came from DK that he throws in there. I'll still say allegedly. Let me save the take. Let's go to the press conference of the fan now speaking out. This, when you see somebody sitting up here with their legal representation, everybody suited and booted and shit. This is lawsuit time, people. If he just wanted to address his season ticket or whatever, the Lions or DK or whatever, or the organizations or the NFL, you could have did that like this. Yeah, man, I think that's messed up what happened, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all don't treat me like that next time I'm in the building. That's it. This right here, this is a press conference, people.
I guess I want to be crystal clear about one thing. I didn't use any racial slurs, no hate speech. I mean, none of that stuff at the game. Actually, never. 15 years season ticket holder for the Lions. I've never done that at all. So, DeKalen, if you're watching this, man, if you could just say that, please. Like, my family's getting threats and stuff, and it's not cool. So whether you said that or not, I'm sure you didn't want that to happen to the family. Even if you did, like, I forgive you, man. Yeah, that's all I got. Go Lions.
They said go Lions at the end. Ooh. So I see a cap. I see a I don't know. I call cap on DK. Look at the feedback. He said he's been a season pass ticket holder for 15 years. Here's common sense number one. Doesn't mean that it's true or false. Common sense number one. You're a season ticket holder for 15 years. This would be your first incident where somebody alleges that you call a sports arena full of black people a N-word? A nigga? This is the first time in 15 years? That's number one. Number two, DK's response and grabbing of dude and the way he walked away didn't feel visually like you got called a nigga and your wife got called a C. I feel like he would have held him there a little bit longer. He talked to him a little bit. What'd you call my wife? What? Say it now. I feel like he would have held him a little bit longer. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little overreaching, well-versed in physical altercations, whether I watched them for years or I've been involved in them for years. I don't know. I just feel like that didn't look like you called my wife a C and you called me a nigga as a white man. So that's number two. Number three, somebody else has got to stand up. There's a million cameras around, microphones around. DK looks like he's coming from a distance away, walks over. Anybody else hear this? Now, there be these times where it happens. We see it happen to people like LeBron. LeBron has stopped the game, walk niggas over there, point niggas out, get him out of here. I need him out. He said some shit about me and my son in Savannah. Get him out. I need him gone. No, we're not playing. We're not playing. I don't know. And the other angle of it, I got a fourth one. The other angle of it, the people look, that's like the other fans, they look a little like surprised, like they didn't see that coming. You know, I don't know. I don't know about this. Now, here's the thing. Everybody in the chat so far that I see feels like this is fishy, DK. I had 4. I got 5. DK, where is your public service announcement then? He's gotten suspended, right? That's a loss of bread. You don't know if more will happen. He's got fined as well. Yeah. Fined and suspended for a couple games. And it could be worse. Things could happen still. More could become of this. Where's your public service announcement? Has his coach spoke up for him? Has the GM of the team or the owner of the team spoke up? Has the NFL made a public statement defending DK? Where's DK on camera saying, listen, y'all, I was wrong for putting my hands on a fan. I should have just spoke to security. but he called me an N and he called my wife a C. That's 5. Is he willing to come out and take that position publicly? Because if you take that position publicly, you got to stand on it, which means that if not, then you ran that information through Shannon Sharp and Ocho to let them do it for you. That's nothing different than some of these leagues running bullshit through bloggers, and then I got to deal with it. You know, I'll give you a classic example of that. I'm not saying allegedly because I got the proof behind it. You know what I'm saying? As far as Hollow telling me that he did that for URL. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that what I said right there, them tweets right there. Yeah, I said that because I was on the phone with niggas and they asked me to do that for them. And I was like, all right, well, I got to correct that. He's like, nah, I get it. You're right. I can't lie on a man like that. I got all of this record. So I don't gotta say allegedly for that. But that's what happens. Sometimes somebody will send shit through the platform, through the blogger. And Shannon Sharp and Ocho, this guy sitting up here suited and booted, Mr. Ticket. I don't know. The guys sitting around him, they look dressed pretty sharp. They may cost a couple dollars. They may cost $1 or $2, buddy. And does this spin in that direction as well? You just never know. Because if you come out and say allegedly, the guy, I heard rumor allegedly that he called DK an N-word, different story then. You're just a podcaster delivering on the news. But if you come out and say, nah, yeah, he shouldn't have did this, but I'm going to tell you what happened. He called DK an N-word. That wording is different. Don't be used. Even though you guys are ex-football players, Ocho and Shannon, and you are pro player first, be careful because this season ticket holder, he might have a strong position there. That's all I'm saying. All right. Let's go to, we got one more and then we're going to get into the title. Okay, one more. Let's get into Nicki. And your makeup was looking trash in this shit. Nah, let me stop. I don't need to do all that. What's up with her, man? A viral petition to deport Nicki Minaj to Trinidad gains traction after Erica Kirk interview and surpasses 20,000 signatures. White House, ICE, FBI, Army tagged on campaign. I didn't even realize, people, that this interview that got 10 million people unfollowing her and a lot of people, not even just the Black community, there's multiple communities looking at her like, ill, disgusted at her. I didn't even realize the woman that was interviewing her was Charlie Kirk's, was her wife, his wife, or his sister, Erica Kirk, after Erica Kirk interview. And you know they brought out the clips of Charlie Kirk talking shit about Nicki. Oh, we're going to get to that in this post right here, too. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked, consolidating this for me so I don't got to go grab all the pieces myself. But here goes the petition. At this date, what was this? Let's say hypothetically this was posted. Oh, this was posted 10 hours ago. It's at 20,000 signatures. Deport Nicki Minaj to Trinidad. Could that be dangerous for her? Could this really stir the pot on her? Okay, let's keep going. Look at this post right here. So I would assume that people also including her husband at a time like this will try to show that if she's here illegally, that her husband that she would then gain citizenship through by getting married is a detriment to the country, given his background, his charges, his convictions allegedly. Is that what people are going after? It seems so, people. It seems so. Let me go on a bigger screen for y'all. It seems so. He was arrested this many times? Damn. For all of this, you should have just stayed with Meek. Y'all want a sidebar? All right, let's do a sidebar. Fuck it. We accidentally found a side mission, people. I think that's what we're going to call him from now on. When we veer off, we're going to call him side mission. Yo, I didn't do nothing yet. I didn't say shit yet. I told y'all side mission is coming, but I didn't say anything yet. Fact, she tried to get her people out of debt. Oh, okay. Here's the side mission. It's not a long side mission, but this is one of those situations that we look at from the outside looking in like, why? How, Sway? And it don't come from a place of hate, B. It's not a place of hate. It's just when you put somebody on a pedestal, they look a certain way. You treat them a certain way. You give them a certain level of respect, appreciation, endearment, grace. You give them all. And Nicki Minaj has earned that with millions of people, whether it's her diehard fans, people that just respect her as an artist, or a female in the industry that has dominated. You know what I mean? Like, she deserves it. She deserves it. But when people look at you in a certain light, and then you come along, you pop up, like, for example, this guy, it's not hate. It's not jealousy. People misconstrue that a lot. Because I feel that way too. And I'm not trying to, I ain't never DM Nicki Minaj. I ain't popping up at her show stalking her. I don't want Nicki Minaj. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you take it down, ARP? I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't, but I would not waste one of my wishes on being with Nicki Minaj. I'm cool. It's not jealousy. It's not hate. And people they don't know how to look in the mirror sometimes. So when they're in that spot, they think we're hating on them. They really do. We're not hating on you. We just look at this other person a certain way, and you are such a fuck up or goofball or lame or whatever. It doesn't compliment. And it's okay when things don't compliment. When things don't compliment, they stand out. If the whole fucking block got blue cribs and then one crib in the middle is red, it doesn't compliment the rest. If you live in an HOA, you motherfuckers might not even be able to paint your shutters or the front of your house a certain color without getting approved, because they don't want anything to stand out or not compliment. This is a message to you idiots that think when you see a man with the wrong chick or a chick with the wrong nigga, that means that the person that's saying it is a hater. This is a message to you fucking fools. It's not always hate. Some of them niggas is hating. Ask them why. Let them describe why. What's your issue with this man with Nicki Minaj? Explain to me why. If he just says, I just feel like Nicki Minaj is so beautiful and I never heard of him before, he's a hater. He's jealous. Oh, the best thing you got is you expect a celebrity to be with a celebrity. It's okay if she went and found some regular ass nigga that we didn't know from nowhere. If you feel that way, then you're a hater, true. But if you say the things that I've just been saying, if that's your reason, if that's your true heart feeling of why you feel weird seeing these two, that's not hate. That's because we look at you a certain way, and that's a fucking compliment. That's a compliment. We look at you a certain way, Nicki. So we see this fucking guy, and we hear about I'll just still say allegedly, the charges, the type of shit. We just like, we hear about the credit card shit or whatever, like, ew. Like, what? And that's why I jokingly said you should have just stayed with Meek. And that's what veered me into the topic. It's just like, it's not hate, you fucking ignorant, blind to your real reality ass nigga or chick. You just don't look in the mirror and realize how goofy you are, or how corny you look, or how nasty your charges look, or how much of a brokey, sugar daddy, not sugar daddy, got saved ass nigga that you look like. You don't realize it. So you just think that everybody, I'm not hating. Why the fuck would I hate on this nigga? That would be his only go-to if he saw this rant right here. Whoever that blogger is, he's a hater. The fuck I'm a hate on you for? Because the pussy that you put your dick in belongs to Nicki Minaj. I fucked women that look like her. Nigga, when we post the pictures, bet me money. I know you bet money a lot. The fuck? I can't stand it, B. We're not haters. It's just this nigga don't look like. Here's another example. Rihanna. Subconsciously, I watched her movement. Like, Rihanna has one of the thickest fan bases ever. Thicket. Look how much they support her endeavors outside of music. That's what made her a billionaire. The perfumes and the Fenty and the lingerie and the what? That's what made her a billionaire. What? People were damn near choosing her partners. How many people in social media, whatever, should be with Drake, shouldn't be with Drake? Nah, not him. On it, choosing. Found out she's fucking this guy. People like, I don't know, it's Rihanna. You can do a little. That's how people look at shit sometimes. You know what I mean? They look at ASAP Rocky, they be like, all right, we cool, ASAP. That's how the fucking niggas and the women of her fan base was reacting. And I feel like these celebrities be knowing that shit too. Like, like it's bad for my brand if I pair with the wrong person. And that's one of the shitty things about public scrutiny, pressure, and branding if you're a celebrity. Sometimes it could alter who you even want to be with. And this is who Nicki wanted to be with. We're not fucking hating. We just don't understand why you would choose this nigga. But anyway, back to Nicki. Do y'all understand that side mission? Hopefully. But damn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15 different mugshots up here. Yeah, they trying to get her up out of here. That's what they're doing by posting this. That's what they're doing by posting this shit. Nicki Minaj is currently spiraling out of control and seems to be experiencing psychosis. Her erratic behavior has led her to harass the Carters, a well-respected and completely innocent American family. Despite having no justifiable reason to target them, her relentless pursuit has become a source of distress and disruption for their lives. Is this the Carters' lawyer writing this? This type of behavior is not only unacceptable, but warrants intervention and on a societal level. Intervention at a societal level is like getting arrested, people, or getting deported. That's what that means. Who wrote this? In addition to her personal misconduct, Minaj's choice of partners, oh my God, partners puts further stain on her reputation. She is married to Kenneth Petty, a registered sex offender. I'll still say alleged. If he's registered, do I need to say alleged? I don't know. I'm still going to say allegedly. Whose criminal history brings additional concern. Despite the gravity of his past actions, Minaj continues to fiercely defend him, reportedly going as far as intimidating and threatening his victims. We saw that. We saw Nicki jumping out there. I had a take on that. How about I get my husband? Wasn't that a sports player, football player, something like that? She threw her husband out there. I get my husband. Right? Such actions demonstrate a blatant disregard for the law, for the safety of others. You being Nicki Minaj publicly threatening people with a felon. Yeah, that's reckless. You're genius for that, Nicki. Oh, they got you, Nicki. They got you looking. If she ends up getting deported, I'm also going to think it's tied to Jay-Z 100%. 100%. You're dealing with powerful people. Very powerful people. And that sounds like it was written by, but anyway. It says by the petition starter that wrote this. All right, hold on. Let's see who it says started the petition. Monique D. Oh, is that the last? No, recent signers. Decision makers. Joe Ellen Darcy +3. I don't know. We'd have to go to the post, which I don't need to do right now, and see maybe who is it under. But it could be under anybody. It could be started by the Carters and just, you never know. All right, let's listen to this last piece. This is not just personal grievance. It is a matter of public concern. Nicki Minaj's influential status does not grant her the right to overstep legal or moral boundaries. Her actions have demonstrated that she poses threat not only to individuals that she has targeted, but potentially to the broader community. Deporting Nicki Minaj back to her home country, Trinidad, seems the most viable solution to curtail her harmful actions. It would ensure the safety of American citizens and send a clear message that harassment and support of criminal activity will not be tolerated. Let us stand together in urging the authorities to take immediate action for the safety and well-being of all involved. Sign this petition to make our voices heard and ensure that justice is served. Damn, Nicki, whoever wrote that, you hate them. You hate them. Wow. Wow, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Sounds kind of heavy to me. All right, next up. Oh, here it is. The decision makers. Joe Ellen Darcy, the United States Assistant Secretary, is one of the people behind this petition. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. And here I was about to go over to the and pull it up. That's who Joe Ellen. Let me check that out real quick. Who is Joe? I mean, it says, but Ellen. I want some more background though. Darcy. Who is Joe Ellen Darcy? Joe Ellen Darcy is an American government official best known for serving as an assistant secretary of the Army for Civil Works from August 2009 to January 2017, a senior role in the U.S. Army overseeing the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Civil Works programs, which include flood control, navigation, water resources, and environmental projects. She was appointed by President Barack Obama, confirmed by the Senate. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. It says awaiting response. What does that mean? What does that mean? ICE awaiting response, FBI awaiting response, White House. Wait, it says decision markers. So that doesn't mean that these people wrote it then. I might be off. Maybe they're like, is this like, do these petitions, do they have like ats? You know how you can at somebody on change.org. All right, there's change.org. It's so funny, but change.org. Is Joe Ellen Darcy, the White House and ICE and the FBI, are they added on this post? Is that how this works? Awaiting response? Either way, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Supporter Voices featured comments. Sonia, Green Bay, 5 days ago. As a member of the federally recognized tribe, not given any say other than the right to vote that we received last. We received citizenship last, and my relatives from Mexico are being treated like criminals. I want the same treatment then with every rich person in America, including her and Ellen and any of the others who are bringing harm to my people. Ooh. All right, so there's probably more people that they...
And I ain't you mean...
Okay, so all right, we got a video here, her and her. I remember this video. Was it like a Halloween joint or something? Okay, so they put this. Did they put this on change.org too?
I didn't buy this ring. No, you didn't buy that ring. I
You
cut
cut
a whole
a nigga finger,
a whole
a bitch
nigga.
finger.
That's a fact. A whole motherfucking finger off for this shit. What you mean I secured the bag? You got your citizenship, your green card.
Oh, thank you,
That's right.
Chucky. Because you are American, I can now fill out paperwork to vote in the United States of America of Donald Trump. And I would like to thank my fans and everybody that supported me.
I got Donald Trump big.
And
And I ain't secured.
Ooh, so two things there. So one, I could say, we were just talking about this guy on our side mission. Did you marry this nigga because you needed citizenship? But ARP don't run with that. As much as you don't like Nicki these days, don't run with that because Nicki could have got many niggas to marry her, okay? But right there, that little Trump shout out, is that why you up there now on this panel with Charlie Kirk's sister or wife or whoever that woman was, Erica Kirk? Is that why now? Are you leaning into favor of this administration to hopefully maintain a position of citizenship? Is that why you're doing it? Ooh. Ooh, Nicki.
well, the only thing is, I'm not a citizen of America. Isn't that crazy?
You're a citizen of where?
Of Trinidad.
Oh, you're a Trinidadian.
Yes, boy. I was born on a beautiful island called Trinidad and Tobago. But I've been in the States for many years. You would think that with the millions of dollars that I've paid in taxes to this country, that I would have been given an honorary citizenship many, many, many thousands of years ago, Landale. Okay, I'm 10,000
You even know
years
my
old.
name?
Yes. If I can help you, I will.
Well, it's on the screen, nigga. But anyway. I know your name too. It says Londell there, buddy. Anyway, let's not make it about that.
I'd love to.
Who is this? This certified account. Hello, Ice Gov. Hope this finds you well. Trinidadian-born rapper Nicki Minaj came to America illegally when she was 5 years old with her apologist mother, Carol Mirage, and R's brother, Jelani Mirage. We saw his court situation, right? Or his legal situation, right? She has a felony record, and I feel uncomfortable with her in this country. I'm starting to feel like she went on that shit to try to maintain her citizenship. Huge blunder. Nicki Minaj just referred to J.D. Vance as an assassin while speaking to Erica Kirk. Watch her completely squirm when she realizes what she said. An absolutely massive F-up caught live. Joy Reid clowns Nicki Minaj after the appearance and millions of people that unfollowed her.
I'm getting texts like about
Lizzo.
Nicki, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know. Then, I researched and saw what was going on. And I'm going to say it like this. Celebrities' opinions of other celebrities does not matter. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. So my opinion of her does not matter. But what I will tell you is you're about to see an influx of people who see that it is more profitable and more beneficial to join that side. You're going to see it. It already started, and it's going to continue. This is his first year. This is Trump's first year as president. We got 3 more years of people who are going to surprise you. And it's going to hurt your feelings and it's going to disappoint you. And you have to know that, like, there's money behind it. I'm getting texts like,
talk, Lizzo. Is there more?
Minaj,
damn. All right, we saw the Joe one the other day. Damn, she sounded like she was about to cook. I agree.
Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about like glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly, I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? For example, more times than not, Black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old Black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country. It creates a form of social conditioning of low expectations. And that's not my argument. You know whose argument that is? Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay.
Kamala Harris opened the border and destroyed the economy. The Trump administration gave you net negative migration and much more job creation. Real wages are finally growing. Inflation is half of what it was under Democrats. Gas prices are their lowest in years. And we have finally made it clear that in the United States, we believe in hard work and merit. Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nicki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex. So we have relegated DEI to the dustbin of history, which is exactly where it belongs.
I personally want to know what inspired you to speak out for the Christians that are being slaughtered in Nigeria.
Well, and that brings me back to our great president and this administration and our great country, that we take for granted that there right now in this world are people who cannot worship God as they please, where they please. We take it for granted because we have it. We can't even imagine not having that right. But every time we pray and fellowship, we have to remember the people that are right now in this world hiding to pray and fellowship. And we have to pray for them. And first of all, Nigeria is a place I've always loved. Someone very dear to me, my pastor, is Nigerian. I have lots of...
I personally want to know what inspired...
I didn't know that this was going to start feeling political, people. My bad. It's a lot to wrap your thoughts around. I could spin off right now. I was having so many thoughts race through my mind just now as we was watching those last like 4 clips. You know, when Nicki was talking, when Charlie Kirk was talking, oh my God. Even the Lizzo piece, like, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't want us to spin into a topic that I wasn't even prepared for today, or we weren't prepared for today. I want to keep it focused on Nicki. I'm cool on her. I have almost, the word hate is a bad word, man. So I don't want to use that. I have an extreme dislike for Kanye West. It may even provoke biases at times. You know, I try to still listen to his music with an unbiased ear. Nicki's not there, okay? As far as We Sorry It's True podcast side, all right? Nicki is not there. Yeah, I got you, Jay. Nicki's not there for me. You know, if Kanye's the 10 of 10 for my totally dislike meter, Nicki's at like she's at like a 7. You know, like I just don't like what she represents. I don't like the person that she presents. I don't like the bully that she acts like. The bully thing is big for me. I hate a bully. I hate a fucking bully. I hate that she carries herself and acts like a bully. I don't know, man. I could keep going, but I ain't praying for the woman to get deported. I don't know, but you got the Carters. You lost connection with a lot of people, not just your 10 million followers, but how, like, I feel like the Black community looks at you, or the hip hop community looks at you. You know, do you still get the support from your endeavors now? Like when you put an album out and shit? I don't know. You've shot yourself, and not just your foot, both fucking feet. And you just been carrying yourself in a disgusting manner this year. You haven't been staying in, I don't want to say a woman's place. I want to say a lady's place. A lady's place of class. You haven't demonstrated that at all. You have threatened people publicly. You have gone off to the point where we thought you was on something, the way you was going back and forth with like Cardi B, or how you've been attacking Jay-Z and Rock Nation and shit. It's just like, yo, just go sue them if something's missing from your wallet or whatever. You know, it's just the way you've been, it's just been nasty, the way it looks. And you got all these little barbs and whatnot that follow her. Good on the girl, B. Good on the girl. All right, let's go to the title. So the title is spinning off of our main topic yesterday. Be clear, people. The biggest topics right now in the hip hop industry is the F the Streets movement, and now the 50 and Fab and the rest of the Let's Rap About It podcast. That's pretty much the top 2 news points I think that it is, right? Going on right now, this moment. So we've been looking for the 50 Cent response. This appears to be it. You see everybody posting this up all around the internet. Everybody's interpreting this as 50's reaction to Fab's verse. Let's toast to success, health, and prosperity. I'm planning my new year. When I'm done, I'll come out to play. You know, everyone who plays with me wishes they didn't in the end. And look at the top 2 comments. It's hilarious. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder. Those top 2 is funny. Because if it's going to be on beat, you're the 2 people that we think he would be alongside the most. Hell, he goes on tour with them. Last time I saw 50 live, who's on stage with him? Uncle Murder, Tony Yayo. Those 2 guys, right? But why do I got this snitch angle bleeding in? All right, let's start to Let's start to ask why. Because we've been trying to connect. I've been trying to connect a deeper meaning between Fab and the people on the podcast. Right? What did I say? I said when it comes to Mano, he had a situation with Mano. 50's very territorial. He doesn't let people play both sides. He barely lets people play neutral, which I think is a good spot to be in sometimes. If I got two friends and I decide I can't fix it, so let me play neutral. That's not a bad thing. I'm not a bad person for that. He don't like that. If I don't like him and you don't say fuck him with me, then it's fuck you. And at least he tells you who he is, so I respect it. He shows the whole world who he is, and that's why so many people over the years knew his energy and said, I have to pick up his beef. That was one of the early fallouts between him and Game. Game didn't want to diss everybody that 50 was dissing, right? So that's how he is. So the thing with Mano, you know, he felt like it was a like of a picture of somebody that he stood against or whatever, and 50's like, okay, you liking that shit? Or you liking that dude? Bet. Mano was like, it was an accident. I just fuck with the guy and I was liking it. I didn't know about y'all beef. Then you got the thing with Jim that we don't have to dig to figure that one out. They're at the point where they're calling each other out their names, you know, publicly. Jim did that interview this year. They asked him about 50 and Cam. He says, as long as them two suckers stay out of my way. That's clear. We don't have to try to figure that out. The Dave East one, I have no clue about. I have no clue, but if you're Dave East, right, you got to choose a side, right? He's going at not just the individuals. He's going at the whole podcast. He acted like he wanted to buy the building that you guys earn money out of. That means, Dave East, you're included. No, Dave East, we can't let you stand by neutral this time. We let you get by neutral with the Max B shit. We let you get by there. We let you hang around Jim, who despises Max B's existence, and still go to the Max B coming home dinner. We let you do that, Dave. We cool with you still. We didn't make you pick a side. But this time, Dave, no. Pick a side. You have to. I ain't no maintain my political connects with this one. And then when we get to Fab, what I brought up was an example like this.
I said it's just certain artists. I go, damn, when is he gonna have his moment? Like Fab. I said, I think his what's the name cuffing season was definitely.
You was up in toxic all summer.
So we brought that up the other day on the stream, right? And then 50 has those old lyrics. As Fab, he got his ass shot. I put the lyrics on screen. I read those with y'all, right? Cool. They've been taking their shots at each other. Let me tell you something about the clip that we just played. Don't let it go over your head. Don't try to pull the whole. All he did was respond to the interviewer to a question of, hey, so what's your thoughts on New York rap? And people like, let's say Fab. And he goes, well, Fab, I thought he was going to get his moment, you know, around cuffing season. I'm surprised that never took off. And I've always been looking at his career like, when's he going to get over the hump? No. Because 50 Cent is a thing called media trained. He says what he wants on purpose. Keep it 1,000 people. I do it. I can do it too. If I decide to speak on your negativity, it's because I don't have you in my grace at all or anymore. Where's the examples of that ARP? I try to show you guys consistency. I say that that's one of the primary or one of the biggest reasons why I enjoy talking about the industry more than I like talking about my peers in battle rap. Because I feel like I don't owe the motherfuckers nothing. I don't want to meet them. I don't want to shake their hand. If I want to talk about Jay-Z today, I'm not going to feel bad about it. And he's not going to have the opportunity to come back and say, you did me wrong because we used to be cool. None of that. How many times have I said this? Right? Another example of that, Easy. Me and Easy was cool to the point where I would never speak on his negativity like that. And then I did like 4 videos showing you when you remove the grace. When I say, all right, now if I believe you should have been promoting this whole time and Cassidy handcuffed you, I'm going to say it. Whereas in the past, you being my battle rap peer, I wouldn't. And the points that I'm showing you in my consistency is that we all do it. We just don't admit it. We just don't admit it. Being in somebody's good grace is a good thing. It means you earn some level of respect. There's nothing wrong with it. If I've earned your respect, you're not going to just throw me under the bus because an interviewer asked you. Remember when I said that shit about Serious Jones like a month or 2 ago? Shout out to Jones. I said, no, Jones. We're not doing that. You're not going to do the whole, you spoke about the old shit with ARP, despite me and him putting it down and saying we're done with it, because a fan sent you a super chat. No, Jones, you're not getting that off. You know, I only answered it because no, I could get the whole chat can super chat me right now. What's up with such and such that I don't want to talk about? I'm not gonna answer it. Let's just be real. Like sometimes you give somebody the grace or the bias or the respect or the courtesy or the friendship or whatever. And 50 Cent, to my whole point, is not doing that with Fab because he has something with him. So when we say he has something with him, we just talked about how territorial he is and how much 50 be on some old pick a side shit. Come on, people, we building up. Just stay with me. Stay with me. Who's in this video right here? So we see Fab right here. It looks like Ferg right here. Over Fab's shoulder is who? Who's this in the black Scully? Who is that? Who is that? Who's that in the black Scully? Go ahead, chat. Who's that in the black Scully? Who's that in the black Scully? Oh, you see Jim in the pink hats. This looked like a recent video. See Jim. We saw Ferg. See Fab here. Who is this right here behind Fab? Chat, you got it? Before I move on? That ain't Trav. Ain't no damn Trav. Trav don't look nothing like that. Trav's probably shorter too. Come on, chat. Y'all know who that is? I'll wait. I'll wait. Damn, y'all. Y'all gonna let me not know the dots I'm connected? Just me on my own? What's wrong with y'all? Who is that, man? I'm gonna give y'all 10 more seconds. Shit, thank you. Shit. Bucks, slow bucks. Another one here, slow bucks. Yes, there we go. All right, y'all catching up now. Slow bucks. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Does 50 have problems with now? I know people that really breathe this shit the way that I do. Like, oh, that's why ARP got the Did He Really Snitch in the title. We're better than some of your favorite podcasts out there. I ain't gonna lie. That's why he has it in the title. But let's continue to walk it, though. Let's continue to walk it. So, the infamous situation on stage was the Summer Jam. Slow Bucks. He took a picture once upon a time with 50 Cent's son. This might have been the time 50 Cent was even beef with Floyd Mayweather, right? And I believe 50 Cent commented on the picture like this was a big mistake. I believe that's that, if I remember correctly. He commented like, this is a big mistake. Taking a picture of my son. And taking a picture with somebody's son is only a bad thing if you think you're trying to send me a message. If I don't have any of these type of beef. So if you ever see me on camera with somebody's son or a picture or whatever, it's just a picture. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have any meaning. But because Slow Bucks and Floyd and 50 and some of these people were in the positions that they were in, popping up with his son, who is damn near can be called an op to 50 Cent too, but it's still his blood, you know, you take that as a shot. And people have done that before. People have used kids to take shots before. You know, I'm with your son. You know, 50 is just, oh, no, you're not getting away with that. So here goes Fab in the gray performing on stage. And what happened to Slow Bucks in this infamous? Be careful with the right back there. 50 comes out. 50 didn't even watch it happen. He didn't even watch it happen. They just start jumping on Slow Bucks, punching on him. One of the guys comes away with his chain. 50 keeps performing. Fab even had to push to the side. Look, watch Fab. Look, Fab. Oh, what's that? Oh, Fab, and somebody even pushed Fab to the side. Look at Fab. Fab's performing his shit. Hold on. Is he performing the same song that 50 just took a shot at in that clip that I just played? Which would then make 50 Cent diabolical for using that song while taking a shot at Fab. Yo! 50! This is why nobody want no problems with 50. Anyway, I don't want to get distracted by that. Oh, shit. You talk about like a Kendrick underneath the table shot that only me and you know what I mean by this. Is that the song you was performing when it happened? Anyway, okay. So Slow Bucks gets ran down on, beat up, chain stole, etc. Okay. It's no secret. It's no secret. 50 spoke on it himself.
As soon as they pull the dumb shit, and Slow got to get it. Slow.
What dumb shit? The picture.
As soon as they pull the dumb shit, and Slow got to get it. Slow got his jaw broke, chain took. You'd be really looking at him funny if you realize the chain is silver. They done spray painted it. Nigga that took the shit was so mad he wanted to hurt him for that. He said, look, nigga was like, man, I should go get this nigga for having his fake shit on his neck. I'm like, no, leave him alone. Let them make another move before something happens. And you can tell a nigga pussy. The niggas were running around, fucking with the little, the snows, the young niggas from my hood. Those peewees, those niggas babies that I grew up with. They run into them for support. To the babies. They're not stupid. They're young and not stupid. At the end of the day, I put that nigga ass out of business. Yep. I got on the phone with Mark Echo. Because I made all my money with Mark Echo with G in the clothing. We made it to a point we was doing $80 million a year in retail. It sounds like a huge number, that's the number, but 10% of that is the actual money. So while you saying you're doing 80, you really doing 8, and we splitting it 4 and 4. At the time, still honest God truth, put that on 8. And these the niggas just distributing them little Slow Buck shirts and shit like that. So I told the nigga straight up, I said, this nigga making himself my enemy. If you working with him, you financing him. The other end of this shit. So without me notifying you, you're gonna become my enemy. And all of a sudden you start to see it my way, so they drop them niggas. And you don't see those Slow Buck shirts on sale no more. That's how it go. And L.A. Reid, I took to L.A. Reid, and then they make all of these fucked up moves, so Sean Money got his ass fired. You're gonna lose. Every time they're gonna lose.
Let's say Shy Money too. Okay. More deeper into the title, or not nothing too crazy, just bringing back the understanding of the energy between these guys.
Man, you ain't gonna believe this shit. I just got confronted by an angry snitch. Nigga said, yeah, I'm snitching, nigga, and what? SBOE. Snitching, boy, on everything. I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, where all this come from? I thought you was cool, nigga.
This is what it stemmed to as well. The press conference. Here we go again, people. What a press conference. My callbacks is incredible.
But another faction had something else in mind. They had negativity in mind. Violence, hostility.
Violent.
Here, Slow Bucks, what happened on Sunday would have brought us back 20 years if we weren't dealing with a warrior like Slow Bucks. True warriors have the strength to react with honor. It's easy and cheap to react with violence. Here, Slow Bucks walked a straight line. He had the courage and the strength to come here and remind everyone that no matter how rich or powerful some might become, how popular they may be, they still are not above the law. We are going to do justice to Slow Bucks for what was really happening, what was really behind the assault and the theft to a guy that was alone at a celebration. He was jumped by a bunch of guys that had one thing in mind: to try to hurt his brand. They know he's the founder of Slow Bucks, the #1 urban brand on the rise today. and they want to hurt that brand, and they're trying to hurt that brand. And we're going to put an end to that. And we're here. I'm a trademark attorney. I'm a copyright attorney. I fight unfair competition. There is nothing worse than competition where your competitors try to hurt you when you're alone in the public eye with a gang of people that they are with. So this is not good. Slowbucks stands for unity, for peace, for going to kids in inner city communities and telling them that they can do it too. Earn slow bucks, money at a steady pace. Thank you all for coming. Anybody have any questions?
Well, what are you exactly suing? What lawsuit?
We haven't brought a lawsuit yet.
No.
But as I mentioned, this is the harm that was done here. The harm
Yeah, so we haven't brought a lawsuit yet.
that was done here was to the brand. Everyone's heard of brand competition and brand dilution and brand punishment. And it doesn't take a lot to figure out that if you have a guy that's revered, like Slowbucks, in the communities, if you go to communities, if you go to the leaders in the hip hop world, they look upon Slowbucks with happiness and positivity. And that helps his brand. His brand is going up. It's on the rise. That's a fact.
Cool. Some of the reaction to 50 Cent doing skits talking about, yo, nigga snitch, blah, 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 blah. And even that little press conference right there. Yeah, general fans, this was some of their reaction.
Oh, we about to light all this shit on fire. I don't support snitches. Shit still got tags on. Death to all rats.
It's your boy DJ Academics, and fans have been responding to what they are calling quote unquote snitching by Slowbucks by taking to the streets and burning any clothing they own by his brand. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before.
Okay. That was the reaction in the streets. Last but not least, I want to pull up a clip of Slowbucks answering that situation on the Breakfast Club.
And let's clarify about this civil lawsuit and what it is for people that don't know the difference between a criminal lawsuit and a civil lawsuit. So you are pursuing a civil lawsuit?
No, what happened was this: what was going on. I sat down with my team, and because of what happened, they felt the need to have and what civil means, you got to break it down because people just, they get civil mixed up with criminal. And I got it mixed up too. So I'm not faulting them because, like I said, look how I'm sitting here talking to y'all. I'm just being myself because this is regular. When you talking about real stuff, you don't got to think about what you got to say. You don't got to make nothing up. Right. It's just naturally like you could do it. Now, when you don't understand something, you like this. And this is how I look. Like
that's how you look in the press conference. You definitely look like that in the press conference.
Because I didn't know what was going on. Because some of the stuff that was going on had me puzzled. Like, wait a minute, what the hell? But I'm not here. Like, I got to eat that. At the end of the day, let me tell you something. What a man does is take fault for his actions. Whether you wanted to, didn't want to, whether you believe in that, didn't want to. At the end of the day, I could care less about what people think of me because I know who I am. And as long that no one's in jail and no one's dealing with legal issues because of me and because of my peoples, then I'm cool with that. I'm cool with.
But the press conference damaged your brand more than
how it damaged my brand.
The last sentence that he said is very, very big. Okay. So did he really snitch? Let's make sure once again I go back to my definition that covers the broadest spectrum for me. And I know there's caveats and I know there's some gray area, with this whole people got all these different rules, people got moving of the goalpost, people got biases and all types of stuff, and none of us are really perfect, right? And none of us could apply our opinions to every exact situation that happens on the earth. That's why I say when it comes to the snitching word, one of my most general definitions that I say is if you partake in something and then deal with authorities after things go left, right? An authority, once again, is not just a detective or a police officer. An authority, I gave this example many times. I just want to intro this the right way as we get into the Slowbucks thing. An authority is somebody that upholds the rules, the law. I have a law of the land in my house, okay? If my daughter runs up to me and says, my son is the one that really broke it, if they were both playing while it broke and they're both equally responsible, technically she snitched on him. and I'm going to exact some rule as the king or the lawyer or the judge or the whatever of the house, okay, of the land. A principal, the person that can decide whether your ass is getting expelled for you two guys cheating on that test or not. Look, I'll spare you if you tell me who's the one that actually snatched the answers out of the drawer of the teacher. All right, I ain't gonna lie, you got me. I did cheat. I did use the answers, but Kevin's the one that snatched it out the teacher's drawer. Okay, I'm gonna let you stay in school. Kevin's getting expelled. It's a rat. It's a rat. It's not just criminal. And slow bucks, they alluded to that as well. Criminal and civil, right? It doesn't matter. It's about law. Like if me and you, I gave this example before. I said me and my partner built RBE on drug money. Okay. And I could only talk like this because it was only built on legitimate money. If RBE was built on drug money, right? And then the IRS comes to me. I don't even want to use anything criminal. The IRS comes to me and they want to audit the first year of RBE. And I say, it wasn't my money. It was all Shata's drug money that started our first events, right? If I say that, I'm a rat, even though that's not a well, it probably could be criminal, but I'm using a situation for like IRS where they're just looking for money, right? Where there's no jail time on the table. Let's just say somebody's looking for money. Could be jail time if you don't pay the shit with the IRS. But anyway, you see what I'm saying? It's very, very ignorant to me when people just think that snitching could only be. That's why I hate when people say nobody went to jail. Somebody don't got to go to jail for you to rat. And it's not just criminal. It could be civil as well. It could be either or. And it don't have to even be in a court. It could be to the principal. Kevin's the one that took the answers out of the teacher's desk, even though I used the answers too. That's why I say if you partook, the more civilian side is when you have no involvement. That's when you pull Maggie from the class to the side. That don't got nothing to do with nothing. And you ask her, did you see anybody take the test out of the teacher's desk? And Maggie goes, I seen Kevin over there. I don't know though. She didn't partake in it. She didn't use the answers. She didn't cheat on the test. She's not involved. That's more civilian side. That's like tattletale or whatever. But you're not a rat. You're not a snitch. When you are involved in something, or when you do something, or when it comes back your way, or when things don't go your way, and then you engage in any level of authority, you are a rat. Okay, that's my definition again. Slow bucks saved himself at the end, and he saved himself all over the totality of the situation. He says, I'm cool knowing nobody's dealing with no lawyers or no legalities or nothing because of me, criminal or civil. He came this close to being, they did label him. You saw it, the fans and whatnot, people out in the streets burning his clothes and shit. He came close because nobody was going to let him slide with the whole position of, I didn't know what was going on in the press conference. Nobody's going to take that. You put yourself there. You organized it, or are part of organized it. You hired this guy that's standing up and talking and representing you. He's got to be getting paid by you, right? Or unless you got him on some type of retainer, right? He's a lawyer, or but that's another thing too. Even the lawyer said it. They asked him in the press conference. So the lawsuit, yada, yada, he said, we haven't filed anything yet. That's what the lawyer just said. Okay. So because we got that footage of him saying we didn't file anything yet, you know what I really think happened? I really think 50 Cent, the streets, maybe some people close to Slow Bucks. He might have saw the reaction or had a couple conversations, and he might have realized, like, I'm still Slow Bucks, a street nigga. Slow Bucks still got a reputation. Don't get it twisted. I'm a street nigga. I'm out here getting money. I'm still out here rubbing shoulders. I'm still out here running around the streets with Fab. Peep the tie-in. With Fab all the time. I can't go through with this. My brand might have gotten damaged, Slow Bucks, by this shit. But Remember what it's like to have your chain snatched in the world of hip hop, y'all. Slow Bucks, a street nigga that's out here he's really on the scene. He really was run or still is. He was known for that. He really was outside. I got to give Slow Bucks that. Outside nigga with all these other gangsters and rappers and street niggas. You know what I'm saying? And my chain got snatched. So that's a big deal in the world of hip hop. My chain got snatched. Okay? And then you got the streets responding like that press conference is rat shit. Because you a street nigga. And we feel like you're involved in the back and forth because of how did we start this? The picture that you took with that man's son. So you in it. You in it. And you a street nigga. So you can't do that press conference. And I think he realized that and said, I ain't fucking with this. And I think they never filed a lawsuit. I think he fell back from all of it. And he saved his reputation of being called a rat or a snitch going forward. You know what I'm saying? Some people still don't fuck with that press conference. But if you never filed anything, if you never invoked a true authority based on what happened to that chain and your brand and everything, even though you was in the midst of all of this controversy and back and forth with people, then, you know, if you didn't do anything past that, you're not a rat. You're not a rat. And the reason why I think that all folds in, and we started this whole segment with 50 Cent's post after New Year's, you're going to pay for playing with me, is because the Fab and Slow Bucks relationship within itself is exactly why 50 would take shots at Fab over the years along other competitive reasons, and also how he's always been very territorial. You stand next to this person, boom, boom, boom. 50 probably looks at Slow Bucks like that for life. And here goes Fab still empower, because every time you see the Fabs out and about and the Slow Bucks are with him, you look at it like you're empowering him, just like he spoke about with Mark Echo. You're empowered. You're providing visuals to him. You're providing opportunity to him. You're sharing your fan base with him. You're keeping him in a place of respect. So you running around with this nigga that I hate or I don't fuck with, or we had his chain snatched, or his jaw broke, or he almost told on me, or he almost sued me, or he threatened to sue me, or they didn't call the babies in the hood to possibly get at me, that he's talking about on camera. All these things that him and Slow Bucks got going on, yet you are still his best friend. Fuck you, Fab. That's 50 Cent. So maybe maybe not 50, maybe Fab. If Fab is a guy that has street intuition, he knows everything I'm saying already. And then that's another reason why he didn't mind taking them fucking gloves off when he sent that shot talking about your wife getting hot showers in a freestyle. And shit deeper than we might think. We'll see. Sorry, it's true on that though. Right. So what ARP say 100? I appreciate that. Y'all bugging. Slow Mouse is insane. Y'all crazy. I didn't call him. You see how I brought my final on Slow Bucks. All right, what do we got here? Shout out to the chat. Came to the live late and started my water fast Wednesday doing 5 days. So I'm done tonight. Salute ARP. Wow. I'm over here praising my 48 hours, which is going to land somewhere tonight around like 7 to 8 p.m. You on a 5-day joint? How you feeling, G? Throw it in the comments below. Let us all read that later on, man, after the stream is over. 5 days, man. For me to do a 5-day, I ain't wishing this on myself, but I'd have to really be going through something where I feel like I need that regeneration, because there's studies of how fasting fights off a lot of serious health conditions. Some people feel like it fights cancers, you know, of starving cancerous cells, of sugars and foods and whatnot, right? A lot of people believe like fasting does a lot of things at serious levels. A lot of studies are getting, you know, it's you need ages and ages behind before people will say absolutely, but there's been enough trial and there's been enough testimonies and there's been enough studies for people to believe in it at this point. And on top of that, you can't expect a pharmaceutical company to get behind fasting 100%. We've seen bullshit media takes against it, because attacking the pharmaceutical, if you attack things like the energy business, like I can make electricity for free. or I can spare you from HIV or cancer treatments or whatever from that, you might end up on a hit list, you know? So I feel like they suppress shit like that. So everything that I've seen about fasting, I believe in it. I do. But 5 days, boy, salute to you for that, man. Tay Smith, 9321. You deserve a shout out for that, boy. 5 days. You the truth. Jay said, he said more, but I was trying to keep it short. He even mentioned battle raps not being prepared and not dressing presentable for an event. It was a good block. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that was just a piece of it. I'm sure when he was talking about accountability or the public exchanges of league and battle, then he used himself to say, like, look, you know, I can't just point the fingers because I've had back and forth publicly with Smack and ARP. So I think I get it that why he had that example in that segment, and I'm sure that the whole blog, you know, he's getting into way more context about unprofessionalism. So we should all jump over to that and check it out. You know what I'm saying? Because unprofessionalism is something that I've been screaming in battle rap since I got here. Since I fucking got here. You know, I think I saw like 3 or 4 cancellations on my timeline over like the last week. Some of them said that was due to weather. Everybody's going crazy right now over still the twerk and the easy outcome. There's some things that I'm not going to try to take any shots at it right now. I want to let it go. But there's some things in there that are improperly aligned, you know, from multiple parties. And unprofessional, like we know what it is in battle rap. It's a disgusting environment. It's a shitty level of professionalism. It just is what it is. I might name my album that G or Gwitty VC. So shout out to Gwitty. Gwitty deserved a shout out because I remember I lived through that whole Straight to It segment and Gwitty's name was hot. And that's why Surf was trying to chop him. Surf is smart. He knows the places to chop at. He knows. He sees the places to go at. You know, like, oh no, that's getting chop. He knows. You just got to fight a nigga like that. That's all. Which is exactly what I did. What's good, my guy? 28 months. Might be like a day one with that. If I count up the months, we turned on the memberships on the channel when I dropped the Ill Will versus Hitman face off. I had to convert the channel over from like entertainment to like music or category, one or the other. They had to turn off the monetization, start the whole channel brand new as far as like data and metrics and shit. I hated that. But I had to turn that on for people because I knew I was getting into podcasting, and I also wanted to start off with that face off being for members only. So salute to you, G. Happy holidays. And we knocking on the door New Year's. All right, we almost there, y'all. We almost there. Good to see you. Jay also says, do you think Jay Mills, you and y'all could be cool? Yes, I feel a coolness now. That's why I said he had his chance to get off of his chest. Some of the things he wanted to say, and I carried that story that I said on today's stream for years. So when you don't get a chance to express it, either to the person or just, then maybe you do. And I told y'all when he did his first video of me and Smack, you know, the part 1, I told y'all, I said, if you would have caught me 2 weeks ago and you asked me about Jay Mills, I'd be like, yo, fuck Mills. You know? I was just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Because that was our last. Our last was some shit that I totally disagreed with. And I just be standing how I stand. Like, time do be healing things, but time for me heals things in a way where things might decrease. It doesn't mean that it never happened. You know what I'm saying? So, but I really had a lot of respect for that first video that he did, and things that he was saying in my direction. And now this one again. So I'm already there. I don't even, wherever I'm already there. Cool, man. I mean, I'm cool with Jay Mills. You hear me keep saying shout out to Mills. I wouldn't talk like that if I had an issue. You know, what did I say earlier about people deciding what they're going to say? Like 50 in that moment when he was talking about cuffing season and Fab. If I didn't want to say it, I wouldn't say it right now. You know, so shout out to Mills. So when we got to it, at 9:30, y'all was still waiting on pins and needles. The last super Jay says, do you care to address people talking shit in the chat with no profile picture? LOL. So I'm going to take this with a bit of sarcasm from Jay, but I will say, you know, it's okay if you don't have a default picture. People come into the chat or come on YouTube and they don't create profile. They don't even look at their YouTube like that. They don't do anything that's community. Like they don't maybe they don't comment on pictures that much. They don't do any community posts. They don't join live chat. So they don't care about a picture because at the end of the day, YouTube presents a social environment just like the other platforms. That's why YouTube pays attention to videos that get a lot of comments. All right. They want it to be interactive. That's why they put up the community post as well. They want it to be interactive, YouTube. All right. So that's why they literally even have a default picture and show who you are. But some people just don't go that next step. So if they don't want to have a picture on their shit, it's all good. But at the same time, you're gonna come across a lot of people that look at you differently because if you're going to interact in YouTube's community, you know, if you don't put a face to it, sometimes like you devalue your position. Sometimes they be like, you talking all that shit, or you taking that strong of a position, and you won't even show your face. You know, show who you are. Some people feel like that. I'm not saying I always feel like that, but some people feel like that. But no, it's not about having a picture or not, Jay and mods. It's about disrespectful commentary, period. You know, I'm always cool with difference of opinion or ARP, you tripping, I disagree, whatever. I welcome it. Sometimes I'll bring those comments up. I'll use that as an additional take. I'll answer you, whatever. Y'all know how I do. I rarely, it's hard to catch me stepping on fans and shit or supporters or people that just come through the live. Like, it's hard to catch me doing that. But it's the disrespectful shit. You know, like if you think you're going to take shots at the host at like a personal level or something like that, then it's like, this ain't the place for you. You know, go somewhere else, like ban them or block them. Like they can go somewhere else. It's okay. You know, who said that? Was it Cam? I practiced that shit, which is like treat all of this is a jewel for everybody. Treat all of your social medias like your house. All of them. All of them. We've gotten to a place where people feel like because we're all so accessible via social media that it bridges you enough into an interpersonal space, which is why so many people get pissed off that you say things to them on social media that you wouldn't say to their face. But at the end of the day, you can't reach them. You know, it is what it is. But when you treat all of your social media like your house, right? You spare yourself from the energies that you would like to see only in your face. You know, so don't let people tweet you sideways shit. Don't let people comment sideways shit on your gram. Don't let people come into your lives and talk disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Treat it like your house because we're in a digital world. I come from an era as an 80s baby where if you want to say something to me, we were on a landline phone or you said it to my face, right? Social media allows you to say anything to me now. And I'll never, from states or countries away and shit. Right? I don't have to give you that ability. I don't have to get, don't think because I'm a public figure and it's like, you're the one that's on that street. Yeah. But I still have the opportunity to treat it like my house. Want to know why? Because I can turn the mirror around, make you look at it and say, if you have that much of a negative position towards the opinion, the take, the person, why are you there? And that's the weakness of the person as well. It's like, I still got to be there or I still got to voice how much I dislike you. It's a level of pussy, insecurity, clown, lame, sucker that is reserved for people that are built like that. But I don't have to keep those people in my house. So if you ever tweet me some shit where I feel like you and I, it's not even just about, let me close it like this. It's not even just about drama. You don't have to be saying, fuck you, such and such, or fuck you. It don't have to be about that. People, it's okay to block people that you know you're not 1000% aligned with. For example, if I put up a tweet that says, some random. If I say can't get paid in an earth this big, you worthless kid, Cam lyrics. And then somebody just jumps on that. I'm rapping lyrics. And somebody jumps on that and says, by the way, ARP, this is a stupid ass tweet because the earth is really flat. I'm just making some stupid shit up. I'm going to look at that tweet. I'm going to block the person, not because they disrespected me, not because I feel emotionally about it, because I feel like I don't ever need to cross paths with this person. Our minds are nowhere near aligned. This might be a fucking 12-year-old for all I know. It might be a 12-year-old. You know, that comes to me and just says, and then there's another one too where I know I can't be around A-alikes as a public figure. In my personal life, I can. Online, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't choose who comes across my path as a public figure. I know that, right? But when I talk about the alignment of people's mentality, you know, like I also could block somebody knowing like you and I will never be on the same page about anything. So you might as well, we might as well never be in the same house, you know, because if I say a man should take as much effort as possible to do the things that he promises to others, and then somebody comes and says a man should never do what he says, ever. That's not disrespectful. I'm not offended, but you and I will never align on any of our opinions. What's the point? I would block that person. Well, never. So what's the point? And the reason why I don't get upset at it and the other people get upset at it is because I'm on the side of being the public figure. So people want access to me. I don't want access to you as this random person that's trying to tell me the earth is flat. I'm not trying to come to you. I come to the people I fuck with right here in the chat or on my Twitter or on my IG, for example. But if you jump in a random DM talking about you're an idiot because the world is really flat, you're coming to me and then you're mad that I block you because you don't have the access to this public figure that you want to say your opinion to. That is a problem of yours, not mine. You think I'm going to lose sleep because I can't tell Beyonce in her text message tonight that she's beautiful? I'm not going to lose sleep over that. And you shouldn't either. You know what I'm saying? But y'all be too caught up also in public figures. Too caught up. You ready to slit your wrist because you can't tweet this person anymore? Well, why doesn't the person want you to tweet them? Maybe because you guys aren't supposed to be tweeting each other. Tweeting is a form of communication. You're not supposed to be communicating. Like, this shit is very logical and common sense if you guys have some fucking thought cycles to you, but those people don't get it. So block them. Treat your social media like your home. You know what I'm saying? Treat it like your home. That's it. That's all, people. All right. Fun stream today. 3-Letter Man added another 30 minutes to the stream. So we almost 2:30 in. Like I said, I don't got the longest day ahead of me. I'm gonna be chilling. I'm gonna be in the house all day. I ain't even going nowhere today. So happy Sunday, y'all. Enjoy the games, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. We out.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without our, they still got a gun.